up and sit down.
Go. Yes, folks. Hello, gang. It's Colin here, Festa 67's workshop. And the guru himself, folks. Foxx from over at Model Making Guru. So welcome, one and all, to the Friday frolic with us two pillocks.
Not him over there, though. He's not welcome.
Yeah,
that one over there. You see him.
Absolutely. You got Guffhorn this week, so hello, Guffhorn. PJ will be happy. First things first, let's get the pimpage out of the way. If you'd like to help me keep this channel going and the content coming out for you folks, then help support me by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below. Any of that gives you access to the Zoom 24/7 off-air hangout, and also if you've got a webcam and a mic, it gives you access to the Festa and Friends live streams, folks. So yeah, there's perks in there. Also, if you click the $sign in the just below the chat there, you can do a super chat in there, which all helps go into the Festa kitty to pay for all of this goodness. So yes, folks, and don't forget also at the top of the chat there, you'll see all my affiliation links. They're also in the description, but you can save up to 25% off of all your tabletop stuffs by heading over to either Hobby Workshop, Element Games, or Bits of War. And yeah, there's loads of goodness in there. So the links are there for you folks. Feel free to use them. And obviously I get a little kickback from it, which helps keep me going, but you still get your discounts. So there you go, folks. Talking of the chat, I will have a looky-loo at the wonderful people that we've got in. We've got Lynn Dipplewins saying hello, Colin and Foxx. Hello, Lynn. Hope you're happy. She says, can I use your GB picture? Yeah, I've got thousands of pictures. Let me know the exact one you're after, and I'll send you over the large image. Is it GB, or are you asking for FB, as in Facebook icon? I don't know. I can't narrow it down.
We're sitting there trying to figure out what picture you're asking for. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I've got, 600 videos on my channel. I've got thousands of thumbnails that I've done for live shows as well. And it's like, yeah, I'm a little bit confused, darling. But yeah, let me know and I'll send it over. Fox says, I up, Prime Twiglet selections. Erwin Nice Things in says, good evening, night legends. Hello, Erwin. How you doing? The very talented PJ's in, saying morning, afternoon, evening. Colin Foxx and Friday Frolickers in the chat. There you go, that's me paid. Guru says tonight show is sponsored by Festa 67's workshop. New sponsor, Shop for Mans, for all your hot pant needs. Absolutely.
Shop for Mans.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with a pair of gold hot pants, mate. I rock them well. Everyone said hello to each other there. PJ says tonight the part of Foxx is going to be played by Guffhorn. There you go. Dream Builder Daniel's in, says hello. Checking in a while before I go to bed. No worries, Daniel. Thanks for gracing us with your company, mate. Always lovely to see you in. Jeff Light is in, says morning, Colin, Foxx, everyone in the chat. Panzer's in, says Friday Festa Rugs. Hello, Panzer, how you doing, mate?
Evening, Pans.
You guys that are in the Zoom and on the live shows on a Sunday with me, what do you want to do? Do we want to launch the group build this weekend and then do a bit of gallery? I'm looking at probably doing the gallery either every fortnight or doing an hour of it a show. Let me know what you think, because, you know, it's our show and I like to just spruce it up a little bit and, you know, yeah. So,
spruce or other trees are available.
Absolutely. Bobbins says hello in a shouty chat voice. Hello, Bobbins. How you doing, mate?
Hello,
lovely to see you in, mate. So everyone's saying hello to each other there. Hugh Golden's in. Hello, Hugo. How you doing, mate?
Hey,
Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Did you
Lynn says, I've sent you a picture of the one I did from Facebook. Okay, love, I'll have a look at that when I come off air, darling, if that's okay. Erwin says, don't know where you guys and girls are from, but it's 1 at night in the Netherlands. I'm in the UK, Erwin. I'm from London, mate, from the good old East End of London.
Never would have guessed.
Yeah, you might have noticed. I can see it well. Currently residing in a quaint, well, I say quaint, it was a quaint little market town until us lot moved in and destroyed it. But yeah, I'm about 50 miles south of London now, between London and Portsmouth, mate. I won't narrow it down any further than that. Yeah. And
Foxx, up north or in the third world, as we call it.
Yeah, Foxx is in 1934 because he's north of Watford.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of us are from the UK. Yeah, a lot of us are from the UK. We do have an American contingent in as well. We've got some Scots in as well. So, yeah, we're quite a variety, but predominantly UK-based, mate.
You seem to track the odd Netherlander as well.
Absolutely, yes, it's lovely. No, I like the multicultural bit. I like people from different parts of the world coming in. I find it great because it's just nice, isn't it?
We need more people from Micronesia. Yeah. That's what we need. More
Kevin
people
Stevens is in, says hi to everyone. Hello, Kevin. As is Andy Preston. Hello, Andy. How you doing, mate? Nick. Lovely to see you about, mate. JC Bricks and Builds is in. James says hi to everyone. Evening, Colin and Fox and Festa and chat. Hugs and all of that. Hello, mate. PJ Gallery, Group Builder, Zero.Paints Showcase. Hey, mate, be careful what you wish for. Dream Builder says he's in Sweden. Nice. Lynn's from Texas. Absolutely. So, yeah.
No, that's Arkansas.
So, yeah, folks, bung in your geographical locations. There you go. We'll be able to see where you're all from.
Obviously.
Yeah, not full postcodes or anything, but, yeah, you know what I mean.
We're not quite doing an AOL ASL here, but it's...
Absolutely. Anyway, how are you, mate, and how's your mum?
Never mind all that. I have a very important question for you.
What?
When you were doing your thing then, did you do a little bit of a pop? He's gone quiet. That'll be a yes then. It comes out.
How the hell did you hear that? You honestly, brick house rat, mate, didn't you?
We have a little bit of a squeaker come out.
Oh, that would be an ecumenical matter. I thought I'd got
like one of them hand farts.
Yeah, it was a proper little, it's what I would call an Harry Potter fart. It was a Hufflepuff.
I never miss anything.
You've got good ears, mate. Anyway,
like a poop house rat.
How are you? How's your mum? And what have you been up to, mate?
We're all right. We're not doing too bad. As usual, no filming got done this week.
Yeah, real life, mate, isn't it?
Real life. It's a real nightmare struggle to get anything done. So, but yeah, we're doing all right. I'm all right. I'm fine and dandy. Very tired at the minute, and I'm still getting over a cold from last week, which is a bit of a pain in the butt.
Oh, Wibbлекins, you had coldy baldy.
Yeah, but it's just a sniffle. It's not like
but just a sniffle, mate. That's man flu.
I expect no sympathy. It was just a sniffly cold.
Oh, you ain't getting none of that. Don't even think that you're getting any of that.
the only thing that there was a pain in the bum about it is when you're on microphone and you've got the sniffles. It's like,
can shout my nose. Yeah.
I was doing the stream last Sunday, the game stream. And of course, I got my headphones on, so I sound really boomy anyway.
Yeah.
But I was talking really quietly and like, and I was like, I do not sound like myself. I was like, morning, everyone. I've only been up for 5 minutes and I feel like bum.
Still had your pillow behind your ear, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget, folks, as well, belly, bench and beverage. What's in the belly? What is on your bench? And what is beverage of choice? Mine's a nice strong cup of Rosie Lee.
I've got the waters of life.
And on the bench, I'm starting yet another new build tonight, mate.
Oh, hang on. What happened to the Landy Rover?
Landy Rover is sat there drying, waiting for its decals, mate, because it's been clear coated, mate, and I like to leave that 72 hours, mate.
What's this?
This is the 55 Chevy Indy pace car, and this was kindly sent to me by Paul Lyons and his little daughter Ivy May.
Oh.
And I've been wanting to sit and build this for such a long time because I've got a really, really sexy red to go on this. Ooh, so, yeah, now that because I 3D printed that gimbal, didn't I, during the week for my webcam to go on. So now I can have my video camera just there so I can film and stream and get footage at the same time. And that's a perfect opportunity. So I've been wanting to build this for ages, mate.
Here's the question. Yeah. For that particular type of car, as in 1950s, How are you going to do the chrome?
Got to strip it, probably.
Yeah, how are you going to... Because they're so chromy.
I am going to use my GSW chrome that I used on my Landy wheels. You know, them 3D printed wheels?
Oh, yeah.
That were very, very shiny.
Now, this, I'm going to sound really stupid here. That's Green Stuff World, isn't it, GSW?
Oh, yeah, Green Stuff World, yeah. This is chrome metal for airbrush, and it is stunning. I love it.
Chrome metal for airbrush. Phil Bolton's in, says, hi, Festa Foxx and everyone.
Hello, Phil. How you doing, mate?
And Drim Builder says, belly's a kebab in pita bread, beer, and a Russian gas at 66 oil tanker.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
That looks pretty mint, that, Cole.
Sorry, mate.
That looks pretty mint, that.
It is, mate. You know, it's one of those. I got it a little while back, and I've been itching to start the build. But it's like anything, where I've had limited time lately at the bench, I'm having to change things to try to multitask. And, yeah, doing the whole filmy bit whilst I'm live streaming, I'm killing two birds with one stone and getting good use out of...
Trying to multitask. Yeah. Well, I never.
Look at that. That is a really quite a beautifully, I'm quite impressed with that. Look at that. Can I do the brum brum noise? Yeah.
You sure that was your mouth?
Would be an ecumenical matter.
You're just trying to cover your tracks, literally. No, that doesn't sound good. Cover your tracks.
Wallpaper and spatula paste an option.
Oh, look, I'll just call you Captain Artex from now on.
Absolutely, mate. What are we up to tonight, mate?
I'm still doing my Cadia Stands set, which is basically it's the Combat Patrol before the Combat Patrol came out, but it comes with the codex and everything else.
Oh, right, yeah.
I've built the 20 infantry dudes and all the bits. Now I'm building the Sentinel Walker.
Oh, right, yeah, I know the one, yeah.
Got a complicated build, so...
No, nice and easy then, isn't it? I've got one of them.
Once I've done this, I've got like 3 heavy weapons sets to do, and I think that's it then.
You're a heavy weapon.
Well, you're made of heavy weapons. Now, anyway, how have you been, buddy?
I've been all right, mate. You know how I've been, but yeah, I've been fine. Yeah. Life goes on, so to speak. Mm-hmm. It's been, eventful, but I've
It's been a week of days.
One continuous day, really, but yeah, Roofies may be employed at some point.
Like, how's your week been? I don't know who I am, and I can smell France. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've been fine, mate. You know me. I'm always in good spirits, mate. But yeah, people might think we're slightly mad, us two. What have we got? Andy Preston says, yeah, it's great stuff, Festa. It can be brushed on. It is with great results. Yes, mate, I've been using it for little touch-ups here and there. Bolt heads and things on the bike build that I've been doing. That's just over there. So, yeah.
You know, since you got that restraining order, I thought you would have stopped doing little touch-ups, but you never changed, do you?
I saw what you did there.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Revenge shall be mine.
Don't worry. If you get into trouble, Jim Davidson will help you out.
Absolutely. James has got a belly and bench, minced beef and onion with pasta. Nice. Bench finished and painted a 3D print of Toothless the Dragon and is now working on painting a 3D Nordic Valkyrie. Beverage is Cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
Jeff Light in the belly from earlier. Fish and chips. Oh, was it Chip Shop fish and chips?
I had fish and chips.
Bench earlier, more Warhammer Orgs. Beverage currently Bacardi and lemonade. Nice.
That's a bit of a 1980s drink for the girls, isn't it?
Yeah, do you reckon he's sitting there in one of these what's his name, stripy jackets and a straw hat?
Yeah, it's straight out of Viz. That what are you having, Sharon? Yeah. I'm having a Bacardi and lemonade.
Straight out of Mr. Pim's, isn't it, with a wicker hamper basket and yeah.
That's it. It's Pim's o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do mock.
Absolutely.
That's the end of the sentence. We do mock.
Yeah, but we like a bit of mocking, don't we? I mean, blimey.
Well,
If people was to read back our messenger that we send each other, it's like, yeah, it's just insult after insult, mate, isn't it? It's brilliant.
You can't see it right now, but the T-shirt I'm wearing, I'll see if I can take a picture on my iPad. Hang on.
Oh, you go careful, mate, because you've got your gold lime yacht pants on, mate.
This requires the really crappy wear selfie cam, if it even does a selfie. Does it even do a selfie cam?
Whilst you're doing that, Kevin Stevens, belly, fish pie and baked beans. Ooh. Bench 24th scale Stevenson's rocket ready for tomorrow. It's a wood and metal kit. Yeah. Oh, nice one.
How do you know I like mocking? Because my T-shirt is the Chattanooga Mocs T-shirt.
Oh, nice one.
It's my niece's university football team, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
University or school? I don't know.
High school, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know because she's gone to university now because that's how old I am. But the Chattanooga Mocs.
Only a pup.
Days. Only a pup. I'm only a small number of years behind you, dear boy.
Yeah, I know, and I'm only a pup. But you're trying to say that I'm officially a old git then? That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
I'll let you fill the space.
Yeah, awkward silence ensues. Yeah, I can feel them crickets.
I wish I could do a cricket noise like my mate Busby. Yeah. He does a perfect cricket noise.
In the background was a lone, howling coyote.
Ooh,
as
coyote.
David Banner walked past, the wind blew up some dust and a tumbleweed ensued.
The wind blew up some dust and Vesta was like, what, you heard that again?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't me. Someone must have left it there.
You should realise that I will always hear your pops on the microphone. We have Yetis. Yeah. They pick up a gnat farting from a mile away.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm as deaf as a post anyway. So
I'm never going to not point them out.
Yeah, I did think I could sneak that one out. No one will ever know that.
What I need you to do for all time now is continue to think that every time you need to do a pop.
Yeah.
Because it's comedy gold for the channel, basically. It's material for the channel.
It's what I have to put up with, folks.
It is grist mill. Hey, if it gets your views, don't knock it.
Absolutely.
So, any news from the week? Anything interesting been going on? And people in chat as well? Anything interesting you've been doing this week that we can talk about for a couple of hours?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I've been painting me Land Rover. That's all clear coated now, ready for decals. I've designed all my decals, so they're ready to print.
We've got a special colour scheme for your Land, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been filming the H2 carbon. So let's give people a sneak peek of some of the bits for that. I've been doing loads of assemblage of rear brakes and stuff, and carbon fibre and all of that lot with the swing arm. And we have also got all of the engine together, the front end with the carbon fibre fender, and so it's coming together really, really well. That's the little brake reservoirs that I made last week out of clear sprue. They're all on.
You did?
So, yeah, it's coming together well. I've been filming that. I've just got to do the voiceover for that, folks. So episode 2 should be up in a couple of days, and you might even get episode 3 straight after. It'll go up on Patreon and for channel members first. And I've also been doing a bit of exhaust bluing. See?
Yeah, but we've just talked about that. You can't hide that. You can't hide that when you do that. You're exhaust bluing. I'll always hear it.
Yeah, so does that count as me doing bluey?
No.
Damn it. Bluey got a mention. I meant to have messaged you earlier on. I was.
Oh, right. Why? What's happened? What's been going on? Tell me about Bluey. What?
Bluey got a global mention, mate.
Oh, what do you mean a global mention?
Well, I'm about to tell you if you let me finish. I was watching Formula One earlier on, first practice, and what's his chops? Jensen Button. Someone made a quote, and he turned around and said, "Yeah," he said, "Yeah, I've seen that in Bluey." He said, and he named all the characters, and he admitted that he's a huge Bluey fan, as did Karan Chunduk, or whatever his name is. Yeah, so they was all talking about Bluey on Formula One TV, mate, and it was going out all over the world, mate. So
that's the best thing ever.
But I thought Fox doesn't watch cars go round in circles, so he won't be sitting there squeeing like a girl. But
no, but it just goes to show you, like, all the cool kids watch Bluey. So you're there, they're going, oh, no, when they watch it. It's like, dude, Formula One drivers watch it. you know.
I have just basically lost my own argument, haven't I?
You have. You just know that, like, Lewis Hamilton on his table in his bed, on his desk in his office, has got the Healer family SUV with all the figures in it. You can actually buy the car from Blue.
Yeah.
And I was tempted, but there's no way I could weather it really. So.
Oh, that's good news, PJ. Paul J. Lewis says tonight's ISM charity auction raised over $3,500. He's thanks, Colin. He says for pimp industry, but thanks to everyone who took part and bought a kit or three. Absolutely brilliant news, mate. Sorry I missed it, PJ. I had other issues going on at the time, mate, but I will watch it back, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, more than happy to do a bit of pimpage for that because absolutely.
Yes, I wasn't able to go along for that. Otherwise, I would have gone and maybe picked something up.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's all for a good cause. It was for Crohn's and I do believe Alzheimer's. So yeah, anything like that is.
Used to know a guy that had Crohn's. Not pleasant at all.
Yeah, a friend of mine's had the what's his name, colostomy because of Crohn's.
Yeah,
you know, and it's so young, you know, and you're like, yeah. But for him, it was the better option because the Crohn's was just knocking him for six, mate.
Yeah, it's a bad day on the moon, basically, if you've got Crohn's.
So they said for him it was a no-brainer.
I've got the walking away music stuck in my head, you absolute gimboid.
Yeah, I may have sent you the link for that the other day as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, and I sent one back with a longer, more selection.
Yeah, I knew that's what it was because I had seen that link. And I thought, I'll send him the short one. And I still had the page open. And when the link came through, I went, yeah, I know what you've done there. I know what you've done.
You're a short one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. This is the type of silliness that us two idiots get up to.
I went and looked it up and found more.
Yeah. Paul D. Tommaso's got a question for you. He says, is your package still a mystery as to who sent it?
Ooh, my mystery package. Yeah, I've got no idea. I've got no idea at all.
As I said to you, mate, perhaps the person wants to remain anonymous. I've had a few of them recently where it's like, don't do a video, mate. I'd like it to just be between us. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Oh, no, I'm not a problem with that at all. It's just I'd like them to at least not be anonymous to me so I can at least thank them.
Yes.
But yeah, no, as of this moment, I've not heard from anybody. Nobody's contacted me to say, yes, I sent it and the name on the label was... It's the only way I've got to tell is the way they wrote my name. So,
are you feeling loved now?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously I am anyway. But it's like, seriously?
Yeah, I know, mate.
I was like, I don't understand.
It's very humbling, isn't it?
Well, yeah, massively.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if they just sent me like a plastic kit or something, I'd be like, it'd be amazing. But to send me that whole thing, with especially the price, Jesus Christ.
You didn't go on and look at the prices, did you?
Well, I had to go and find out what it was.
Oh,
because I had to go and find out what it was anyway, because I didn't know what had actually been sent. So, because I had to find out. Hang on, because I didn't think GW still did metal mini. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I had to find out what it was, and it was like, oh, okay, that's what I've been sent. That specific one. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I had to find out. So yes,
you're bad. I had it when Si sent me that gift. You know, it was like, yeah, I'm not going to go and look at any of the prices because it would make me feel. So you know what I'm like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. So I'd rather not know. I don't mean that in a cynical way. It's just I would feel awkward. So
yeah, I mean, I know how much. I've got enough idea of how much he sent you, but
yeah. But anyway, you're feeling loved now because you've had a freebie as well. Bless you.
Well, I know I'm loved. It's not that at all. I mean, it's just more like shock because it's like that's a big thing to do, and also I don't know who he is. I don't understand why somebody would want to be anonymous to me. I understand being anonymous to the public, that's fine, but anonymous to me when you're sending it to me? Oh, I hope they do reach out and tell me who they are.
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I never find out, then that makes it even more cool. But at the same time, I'd love to know so I can say thank you.
Oh, absolutely. But they'll know you're saying thank you because you've done a thank you video. So, you know.
Yeah. Hey, do you know what's happening? Do you know what's going to happen now?
What's that?
More taping time.
Oh, God. How much tape can you get on one model, folks?
How much tape can a woodchuck tape if a woodchuck can chuck tape?
Yeah.
I might just have to hold it, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, because Fox will use an entire roll of tape just to hold something like an arm.
Yeah. Well, it's when I want tightness, but I don't want to sit there for 20 minutes holding it like a dingus.
Yeah, but extra thin glue, quick set, isn't it?
Yeah, but you still have to hold it till it welds enough.
Yeah, it's not 20 minutes, though, is it?
It is in my universe.
The world and mind of Fox.
Yeah. I'm not big and strong and burly, so I need the extra squeezing power of manly cement. I don't shop at Shop for Mans, CC, so I'm not quite as manly.
Oh, he's a girl.
See, told you.
Right. James says, does that mean that makes Shania cool as she watches and loves Bluey? There you go.
Yeah, Bluey's the best thing ever.
Panzer says, I'm a cool kid and I don't watch Bluey, but then I have sense. Oh.
You're not a cool kid, clearly.
I can see where this is going. Drim Builder's got himself a couple of new kits, a 48th Junkers JU52 by Revell, a 48th English Electric Canberry, and a free British 25 PDS SP Bishops by Bronco.Models. Good in.
That was his gift. He had an unboxing today.
And he got yesterday. A 72nd V22 Osprey tilt rotor aircraft by Italieri. Get in there, mate. John Alec is in saying hello all. Hello, John. How you doing, mate? How's your motor? See what I did there, Fox?
Say hello, John. How's your motor? Well, I need a clamp.
Absolutely. And yeah. So everyone saying hello to John Alec. It's always nice to see people in there.
Just found a big clamp.
And yeah, it's group build time this Sunday, folks. So we'll be doing a bit of group build on the Sunday at the bench stream from 2 p.m. on Sunday. We'll be doing a bit of that and probably throw in a bit of gallery as well, because it's the first weekend of the month and normally it's gallery time, but it also coincides with the launch of the group build. So I'll do a bit of gallery this week and I'll probably do some more next week. I might do a bit of gallery each week because people did like the gallery. So I might do an hour a week of it, you know, break the show up a little bit. I'll have a word with all you co-hosts and see what you all think.
All you co-hosts.
Because, you know, it's not just me doing the show, it's, you know, other people as well. So,
Carl, are you sat down?
I am.
I found a clamp.
No.
What?
Oh, God, look at the state
do you know
of
where
that.
it was? You know where it was?
It was in front of you, wasn't it?
It was on my boom arm.
Oh, you
been there for years holding cables in place.
You utter spoon.
Not very good. I got loads of these, and they all either fell apart or didn't grip. This is the only one I've got, and it seems to work. So
I'll have to ship you up some parallel clamps.
Phil Bolton says, "I don't even know what Bluey is. What you need to do is go to the Disney app. If you've got Disney Plus, find Bluey, watch all of it, then you'll know what Bluey is. Bluey is the best thing ever. It is truly the best television you'll ever watch in your life. Forget everything else you've ever watched. Bluey is the best. It's one of those classic kids programs that's actually really for adults.
Yeah.
It's not really a kids program. Well, it is, but it's also like exceptionally good for adults as well. It's got a massive following.
James says, one for Fox. If Fox loves Bluey so much, does he know the poor little bug on the wall song from it?
I don't remember the poor little bug on the wall song.
Yeah. Funko Freddy says, after 3 weeks, I've got my NECA House of Horror almost complete. Just got to spray the roof. Only 2 more parts to go. Get it in the gallery, mate.
Yeah. Welcome to the House of Horror.
Kevin says, go for it, mate. He said the gallery sounds good. There you go. Because obviously we're doing our group build launch this week, which is the tank transporter build. And we'll be starting that. But obviously, we don't want to sit there and get the build practically finished because we want to run it until the end of the year. So, yeah, to give others a chance to grab one and be a part of it. So, it is gallery week as well. So, we'll start off by doing, you know, this is what we're going to be building. And if the others want to get on and make a start, they can. And we can load the gallery up and do a bit of gallery as well. So... just a thought, folks. Keeps it fresh, doesn't it? Because, you know, don't want it getting stale.
Fresh. Well, there's a throwback.
Yeah. That's the sort of record you could do whilst doing a bit of beatbox wearing gold hot pants, isn't it? I hadn't thought of that.
You're always thinking about gold hot pants, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're always thinking about gold hot pants.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time when you're not thinking about gold hot pants?
Yeah. I know what GB is now.
Go on. What's GB?
You know, Lynn and GB.
Yes.
Group build.
Oh.
In answer to that, yes, Lynn. Duh. Yeah.
Ah, right. Yes.
Yeah. Can I use your group build thumbnail for doing her thing? Yeah. Of course you can. Because I think she's filming some of it as well. So, yeah, not a problem, Lynn. Yeah, I've got no issue with that, love, because it's not my copyrighted branding. So, yeah, you can have at that.
There
you go.
25 D10. No games works. I shall not follow your assembly order. I shall do something different and have at you for it.
How do I put it in the gallery? Right from Funko. Go over to Facebook. Are you in the Festa 67's workshop group? Link is in the description below. I can put another link in, mate.
That's the important first step. You have to be in the group.
Because, yeah, if you're not in the group, then, yeah. So let's put the link in the chat. Join the group, and then all you do is at the top there, you can add a photo. When you put a post in, just add a picture, or you can go into the media section, create an album, and add your photos to that album, mate. That's all you've got to do, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're not in the group, send a request and I'll add you. But obviously, bear in mind, I'm live at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah. Give it a little while for Festa to finish.
If you can hang on until the end of the stream, and then I'll go back in and I'll accept you. Unless any of my admins want to do that for me, it'll be fine. But
I'm one of your admins. Oh, wait.
Some are in chat as well.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Yeah. So, yeah, have at it, because it's the first weekend of the month. So, yeah, bit of gallery as well. Why not?
Festa's always nice and welcoming.
Shh, don't tell everyone.
Yes.
They'll all think that I've gone soft.
They'll know you're soft. You're like a big blob of butter, you are. You're just soft.
Absolutely, mate. Got to be soft and cuddly, mate.
I don't know about the cuddly bit. Because I'm not a lady.
No, you're not a lady. You're a princess.
I'm a princess.
No, wrong with being a princess, mate. Right, let's get...
Tell you what, I was playing Far Cry 5 earlier this week.
Yeah.
And guess what I saw?
Yeah.
There was a field with some cows in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
And there was a bull in the field.
Mm.
Do I need to explain the rest of what I saw?
No, because you sent me... Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay. That's pretty good for a video game. That's something I've not seen.
Didn't expect that, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay. That's interesting. I was quite impressed.
John Alex says, for the channel supporters, how do we join you on the live stream? Send me a friend request on Facebook and I'll add you to the Zoom 24/7 chat. And yeah.
There are links in the description below the video if you're a patron or a member.
Yeah.
If you follow those links and you are a patron or a member, you'll be able to access the information that tells you what you need to do.
Yeah.
If you can't see anything on those links, it's because you're not a patron or a member.
He is. That's what I was just about to say before you jumped in there.
No, I was just saying, he'll see it if he does.
Yeah. So, But yeah, I shall also post a thing in the community page of Facebook with a StreamYard or a OBS link, should we say.
Yeah.
Obs do not publish that publicly because that goes against the ethos of what we're doing. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, there is a thing in the description of the channel members can access. If you click on the description where the link is for YouTube members, it gives you all the links in there to my Facebook profile. Send me the friend request and I can add you to the group chat because that's where I normally post the link. But for YouTube members, I'll post it in the community page so that you can see it. So, yeah.
If you send in photographs of your gold lame hot paint collection, you'll get favourative treatment.
Nothing wrong with that.
He'll happily accept all those photographs.
Of course I will.
I'm going to have to step away for a few moments.
Yeah, no worries.
I shall return.
Yeah, no worries. Off you go then. No props. Yeah, so I can sort that out for you, mate, and add all of that. I haven't put the link up yet for Sunday's stream, so keep an eye out on the channel and it will appear in there, mate. Yeah. And I'll sort that all out when I'm off air because otherwise I'll get distracted and it's not fair on the viewers. So I'll do it all when I'm off air, mate, if that's all right, buddy. Because, yeah, the last thing people want is me faffing around with Facebook when I'm streaming. So. Yeah, so don't forget then, folks, if you've got galleries, stuff that you want to upload, get it up there, get it in there, and we will go through it all on the Sunday stream, because why not? It's your show, your work. Let's have a looky-loo at what you've been up to. I need the inspiration. Yeah, because there are really, really talented builders out there. And we are lucky that they choose to share their work with us. So, yeah. Get a nice buzz out of it as well, because sometimes, like you say, you get stuck in your own little way of doing things, and then you'll see someone else's work and you think, wow, that, you know, it's inspiring, isn't it? You look at that and you go, yeah, I like what they've done with that. I'm going to try something similar or have a go at doing something, you know, using some of the techniques, and it just keeps you going, doesn't it? Funko Freddy says, did my request go through? I'll have a look, mate, once I'm off air, Freddy. I'm live at the moment, mate, and if I keep stopping, it's difficult to keep the continuity of the stream going, mate. I'll tell you what, let's just do it. Be the easy option. I've had no request yet, mate. Yeah, nothing's come through yet, mate. So, there you go. Let's have a refresh. No, nothing's come through yet, mate. Sorry that I'm not building at the moment, folks. It's just I'm on Facebook sorting stuff out. So let's put a link in and then that'll be it. I'll do no more Facebook now until after the stream, folks, because, yeah, I'm trying to stream to you all. So bear that in mind. Beeps. There you go. Right. So there should be a link in there, that thing, and just send a request to that, and I'll do it all once I'm off air, mate, if you don't mind. There you go. Killy dokily. We've got that. Is that Chrome? No, it isn't. Happy days. No problems. I've just joined Facebook, so I'm new to this. Not a problem, Freddie. Not a problem at all, mate. I will go through it as soon as I come off stream, mate. And then I'll add you all. But also, I'll put the link up ready for Sunday's show. And then I will copy the link for the live stream into the community page on YouTube and the usual place for Facebook and Patreon members. So yeah, let you all come and go as you please. I'm allowed a maximum of 10 spots on StreamYard because I don't have the professional version. So if there's more than 10, I'll have to rotate people in and out of the stream. So bear that in mind as well, folks. So don't be disappointed if it's a full house at first. Have you a bit of that? Paul's saying about the freedom. No, Paul, I'm been out of the loop, mate, with health issues. I will get round to it, mate. I keep telling you that, buddy. I will do it as soon as I'm physically able to spend time. I've got a commission print I'm doing at the moment, and then it'll be next on the list, mate. I'm lucky if I get 2 hours a day downstairs at the moment, so, you know. I haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten that you sent the files. He's impatient, isn't he? There you go. Do a bit of that. Yeah. I've still got his box of goodies to send, and he's still got my box of goodies his end. To keep postage costs down, we build up an archive of stuff to send each other and then just do one shipment. I am kind of up against things at the moment, Paul, so you'll just have to be a bit patient, buddy. Mind. There you go. Bit of that in there. Yes, yeah, I know you're just asking, mate, but, you know, it's, yeah. It'll get done as soon as I am able to, and I will email you the minute I'm sending it so that you know. But at the moment, yeah, I'm kind of slowly trying to get back into things after some issues. And yeah, literally I do this stream and then that's it. I have to pack up and go and lay down again because, yeah, so my time at the bench is literally live streams and the occasional hangout if I get the chance. So yeah, sitting here with 15, 20-hour prints. I just haven't got the time to do it at the moment, mate. I haven't forgotten you. They're all still there in a file. For Fox from Paul. So you'll get your unveiling opening video done by the guru as and when he gets it, mate. Right, we have got a bit of that going on. Dolcosaurus is in. Hi, everyone. Hugs all round. It goes down, Paul, down. Yeah, bless. No, I know he's excited for Fox to get it. I know that, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Did it. Got a dizzy cap to go on. All of this will get detail painted once it's had its top coats and all of that lot done. God, that's ickle. That is really ickle. William's in. How you doing, mate? Good to see. Good to see you're about. Sounds like a fine idea, John, says Phil Bolton. There you go. What's John's idea? He's a bit tipsy tonight. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Funko says, after resetting my password, he's able to add requests, mate. All's good. No worries, Funko, mate. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted, mate. John Alex says he's tipsy, but he's enjoying. As long as you're happy, mate, that's what it's all about. Nothing wrong with being tipsy, mate. Have one for me, mate. So then if your other half says, why are you drunk? Well, Festa made me do it, see? Method to my madness, mate. There you go. Put a bit of gloop in there because they normally ping back out for some reason. So let's put a bit of gloop in there and then I'll give it a kick in the bum. Dream Builder says, woo, Carpet Monster tried to take my PE and I won. Ah, did you feed it? Banzer's now sitting there wondering whether you're like Marcus. Did you beat your lamp up? Thought I'd get that one in before you did, Pans. Yeah, you haven't done a Marcus, have you? Paul says, I don't mean to be a bug. No, it's all right, mate. He says, your health comes first. Take all the time you need. I can relate. Yeah, no, it's just I've had an MS relapse going on, Paul, and it's knocking me sideways at the moment. So every time I plan to do a shed load of things, I end up bedridden again. So, but I will get round to it, mate. I can assure you of that. So just bear with me, dude, yeah? Yeah, it's one of them. Those closest to me know exactly what I've been going through, and yeah, it could be worse. That's how I look at it, but it still kicks your bum. There you go. God, that was very nearly a Carpet Monster moment then. God, that would have been good. He says, desperately trying not to cut his own fingers. Yeah. Because, yeah, that is the sort of thing I would do. Dream Builder says, yeah, no lamp destruction. Yeah, good man. Yeah, so it's not hereditary then, lamp abuse. Just a localised issue, i.e. just Marcus, is it? Good man. Good old Marcus. He's never going to live that down, is he?
And I'm back.
Watching Marcus's wibble was great fun. I must admit, that was a wibble to die for, Daniel.
Am I missing out on wibbles?
No, I was just relating a story about Marcus when he had his wibble in the hangout. It was so funny because you don't expect it from Marcus because he's such a polite, amiable fella.
Placid. Yes.
Yeah, that's the word. And he's very much like Ted, you know, and then this wibble came out of nowhere. Dude, it was brilliant. He did, you know that walk we used to do when we got told off by a teacher where you'd force your hands in your pocket and you'd walk on your heels away with your head tilted going,
I'm doing a thing with my arms now you can't see, but it's exactly what you I know what you mean.
Yeah, he did that and I was creasing up and that didn't help. And yeah, he was getting more and more and more irate and us lot were just killing ourselves laughing. Yeah, the language. Wow, I was shocked.
But I hadn't get him talking about shrinkflation again then, had you?
Oh, me? No, I am not going down that road. Good try.
I planted the seed. I'm letting nature take his course.
I posted.
Backpedaling.
No, I'm trying to read a message, mate. PJ says, "Did you finish the landing, Cole? If so, when you get a free moment, don't forget to post the pics on the Facebook page." I posted some last week of where I've got to. I've done the clear coat, and it's all currently in my container of dryingness because I want to get the decals printed and on, and then I shall do some update pics. But yeah. So it's not really any further down from when you last saw it on the ISM. I don't know whether it was shown last week because was it the charity show or this week? But yeah. So literally the last pictures I posted are where it still is, mate, because I've been filming the bike this week. But I could take some pictures of that and post that, couldn't I? So yeah. In other words, I'm not getting out of it, PJ. I know that.
Mama Wolf sends love and hugs.
Oh, bless her. Hugs back to Mum.
Tell you, I swear she takes longer to go to bed when we're doing a stream. I swear she does it on purpose.
Oh, yeah, she does it because she knows that, yeah.
It's like, you streaming? Yeah, okay, I'll take twice as long then. Oh,
she's brilliant, your mum.
Count back.
She's a legend, mate.
She's a legend.
She's got you wrapped right round her little finger, mate. And yeah.
Yeah.
And she can milk it for all it's worth, mate. It's brilliant.
John Alex Scale Modeling says he's been up since 2 a.m. his time.
Oh, good man.
And Lynn Dipple says, holy cow, after that.
Yeah.
She gets 10 internet points for genuinely using the phrase, holy cow.
Yeah, did it come up on screen, Lynn, in a big purple little flashy thing like it did on Batman?
Holy cow. I like that phrase, holy cow.
There you go.
Right, there's a few seams in this walker, but I think it'll be plastic card and rivets to cover them up.
Dream Builder says, yeah, he is so calm. Yeah, he really is. Very calm person is Marcus. Yeah, the Landy is, like I say, it's in its container just there. I would spin the gimbal around, but you're not exactly going to see much in there.
Spin your gimbal.
And I've been doing the bike. I'll take some pictures of the bike, PJ, and I'll put them in. I'll do that tomorrow.
This is now an awesome phrase, spin your gimbal.
Yeah, spin your gimbal. Oh, yeah, knock your camera.
Spin your gimbal, spin your gimbal, spin your gimbal for the boys.
Yeah, I'll do a bit of that. Oz, because I know what'll happen. I'll start taking pictures now and then, yeah.
Then everything will go wrong.
Exactly.
It'll just be sadness and shame.
Yeah, fingers of shame.
All of the shame.
Is that? Hmm?
Assorted body parts.
Oh, your spoon, that's why.
Are you being a spoon, Colin?
Yeah, I'm being a spoon. It's a chrome bit.
Lynn says, nope, no purple, holy cow.
I'll see what she did then.
Daniel says, I know I can do a wibble if the right bad thing occurs. As can we all.
Oh, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Everybody has their wibble within them.
Oh, yeah, release your inner wibble. Nothing wrong with a good wibble. So let's just have a look at colours, what they're calling out there. So it's going to be matte black. Okay, so none of that can go on yet. Apart from, that's going to be chrome, but I shall probably strip all the chrome anyway. Okay.
For the first time ever,
yeah,
I remember, Games Workshop specifically tell you to build this in a certain order.
Oh, right, yeah.
And for the first time ever, or just in this specific case, you're supposed to put this piece on the front first and then this plate on the floor.
Yeah.
And it goes, do this first and then do this. And it's like, yeah, but if I do that bit first, I can still put this bit on like that. So it's not exactly a problem. So why did they even bother calling out the order? It's weird.
Because they just wanted to get inside your head, Fox. That's why.
Like when they need to tell you to do something, they don't. And when they don't need to tell you, they tell you. It's like, really?
Yeah. Dream Builder says that's why he does sports, because he can get his anger out. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Anger.
My way of anger management was to do a double shift on the doors. But we won't go into that.
Yeah. My anger, I'm very placid, but when I get grumpy, I just go into a video game and shoot Nazis or something.
It's funny. H often says it's like she's been married to two different people, because the person I was years ago, I'm so placid now, it's almost like I've gone a complete 180, you know, and she finds that so fascinating, because she said you were so volatile when you was younger. She said, whereas now you're so chilled. It's such a transformation.
Well, I mean, 99% of the time, most of us were absolute dinguses when we were younger, and then we grow up and we're like, yeah, I was a complete dick.
Yeah.
Part of growing up and developing a brain.
Well, I wouldn't have stretched it that far with me, but yeah.
Well, yeah, or you know, reasonable facsimile thereof. Let me qualify that. Oops, I'm looking at the camera and the microphone. Hello. What did you have for dinner today, Colin? What are you going to have for your dinner?
I am going to have pie, mash, and peas.
Pie, mash, and peas, yeah.
Because I like peas.
I like peas. I had the fish and the chips today. The fish and the chip and the two big sausage and the gravy and the tartar sauce.
See, I can... James says he's heading off to bed. He's got to get up early tomorrow. No worries, mate. Catch you later, James.
Jabel.
Dream Builder says genetics. I blame Marcus. Absolutely, mate.
No, it's always James' fault. You should know that. Right now. Can't blame Marcus.
Yeah, but we all blame Marcus, because blaming Marcus is fun.
Yeah, but you can't blame Marcus because he's not actually James.
No. But the beauty of when you blame Marcus is he does the poorly disguised under the breath swears. Yeah, and it does make me giggle when he does that. It's like, yeah.
It's like when you say, you can like be like, Jim, it's your fault you did that. It's your fault you did that.
Yeah.
When they quietly say it back to you.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, yeah. It's like,
you should have pressed that button, should you? Yeah, you should have pressed that button. Grumpy children.
Yeah, but it's nice. I like being miserable.
Yeah.
We've earned the right. A lot of years have gone into this to make us this miserable.
Yeah. I've got 30 years of crappy office jobs. I've more than earned the right to complain.
Well, that's it.
Anything.
You've done the whole call centre bit and all of that as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that would make me go mad, to be honest with you.
I've earned the right to complain about other people's crap. Never mind my own crap.
Yeah.
For some reason, it looks like the guy that's piloting this walker looks like he's wearing a bike helmet. Like
really?
A bicycle helmet.
You're made of helmets.
You are a helmet.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what? If you were a helmet, do you know what nationality you'd be? You'd be a German helmet.
I see what he did there. Okay. So I actually had the sprue that I wanted anyway. Oh, thanks.
What are you building, Carl? What are you building? What have you done so far?
I'm building a car. Was that stating the obvious, was it?
Deep, soulful sigh. Which bit? I'm going to guess it's a Revell you're starting on the engine.
Yeah, I am starting on the engine, mate. I would show you, but I've got a lap full of sprues at the moment, so I will...
Well, don't forget, I've got potato vision on there anyway, so there's no point.
Yeah. Oh, you still suffering from potato vision, are you?
Only a little bit. On your thing, not mine. It's just
I'm not reinstalling my operating system again. I know that much.
No, it sends me potato quality because I don't need to see. So
yeah,
it's what thingy sends me. That's fine.
So we got that. I'll tell you what I will do. Let's put my sprues on there so that I can actually see them.
What's the plastic like on that car, on that Revell kit?
All right, mate. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's
I saw it was white, and some of their white plastic kits are pretty good.
It's a little bit warped in a few places, but yeah, it's nothing undoable. Put it that way.
Yeah, nothing you can't fix.
No, that's right. So there you go. I can lay me sprues down on there and make it a bit easier for myself now. Apparently there's a big bit like that, but I haven't got that big bit like that, so it might be in the bag of bagness.
You're a big bit like that.
Absolutely. They got an open top car on the cover and they give you a roof for it. It's like, why would I put the roof on? Let's keep it open. Mind you.
Lewis says,
no, you carry on.
Paul Lewis says, Colin, can I just say how wonderful Fox is? What a fantastic model and guru gnu he is. Bangs head on desk. Oh yeah, that explains it. It's April 1st. Do you
notice how I stifled my laugh there in ways of supporting you?
If I got paid to come here, I wouldn't mind, but
God, it always comes down to money with you, doesn't it?
Hey, money pays the bills.
Yeah.
I can't pay the bills in exposure.
Hold on a minute, I thought your mum did.
Steady now. Don't give away all the secrets.
Yeah.
That was one of the best replies I ever saw to, you get like companies that try and scam artists by saying, hey, do this for us for free and we'll give you exposure. And you
I had some of them overnight.
Yeah, and you turn around and you just say to them, no, how about GTFO? Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody once said, hi, I'd like to take up your offer, but unfortunately, when I went to my supermarket and asked if I could pay for my shopping with exposure, they wouldn't accept it. So I can't take exposure. I don't know where to spend it. Yeah,
I had one. I get a lot of the ones from the marketing companies, oh, we've been observing your channel and we can do this and we can do that. And
the channel marketing things.
Yeah.
Channel network, but I never do those.
Yeah, social networking things. And it's basically people that have signed up to survey pages and they get rewards for trying to get other people to do their surveys. And it's like...
That's actually one thing I've not had for a while is the multi-channel network spam. It's like MCNs where it's like, hey, we manage like thousands of different YouTube channels and we do all the stuff for them in SEO. And I'm like, Why would I want to give some of my money to you for doing like the SEO that I can do myself?
Yeah, that we can do ourselves and quite easily do ourselves. Yeah,
because it's just filling out the titles properly. And no thanks. Multi-channel networks. That's not been a while since I've seen one of those.
Yeah, I get them quite a bit, and it is annoying because it's like, you know, we kind of know what we're doing.
Yeah. And you read about people who signed up to them, and it's like they don't do anything for them at all. They don't do anything that the person couldn't do themselves.
No.
And they're taking a percentage of their income from the channel. It's like waste of time.
Yeah, it's like, you know, time you put all them percentages together, you're earning money for other people, not yourself. Yeah.
All you actually get is like an interface where you could look at your stats. It's like, well, you know, YouTube just gives me that for free.
Yeah, I can do that on TubeBuddy.
Yeah. Buddy.
There you go.
I
found said missing piece. It was in the bag of polystyrene.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's a strange plastic. It's...
Well, if it's a kit that comes with a polythene bag, it's probably quite an older tooling.
Yeah, it's... Oh, the box will tell you, won't it?
The modern Revell kits still come with the plastic bags?
Yeah, that one did. Let's have a looky-loo. 2019.
Yeah.
So it's not that old.
They still do the plastic bags.
Oh, yeah.
V-Retro.
Yeah, a lot of the kits manufacturers are moving away from it. It's going back to like it used to be, but you'll end up buying the kit where half the pieces have fell out the flap in the bottom of the box. So, yeah.
You're always following out your flap, aren't you, Cole?
Oh, yeah, I have terrible flap problems, mate. I think it's...
Yeah, I know.
I think the hot pants are too tight. I think that's what it is, mate.
Hot pants to maximum. And there goes the beatbox.
Josh is in Rydesdam Design saying hello. Hello, Josh. How you doing, geezer?
Hello, Josh. Got a new mount.
How you doing, me old China? Get in there.
I'm going to do some cunning things now. I've got to stick the arms on this dude and have him driving the thingy.
Well, you go careful with your cunning things.
I don't want to glue him in the cockpit, and I don't want to glue the cockpit instrument panel in place with the front panel because then I can't paint it. So I'm going to have to be cunning and loosely put the instrument panel in, then put him in, glue his arms on, get them in the right place, and then pop him back out again so he's not actually in the...
You heard it here first, folks. Fox has a cunning plan.
I've got a cunning plan.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's just making sure the arms are lined up with the control panels, but then I can take him back out again. So if I use Tamiya fat, then I can...
yeah, a bit of Tamiya fat always does the trick.
Tamiya fat, I can get him in, wiggle his arms around a bit, rest him on the control surfaces, and then...
Dream Builder says he's got an email from China that a company wants to register a product that has the same name as my company, asking if they had contacted me about it. My claim is for that name, I wrote, pay me 10 million and it's yours. He's had no answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the ones. We've been monitoring your channel and we like what you do. The last one I had last night was for T-shirts. Oh, we've designed you a logo T-shirt and all of that lot for your customers. See what you think. It's like, I've already got Teespring. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, you know, we can do that on Teespring, mate. And it costs us a lot less.
Yeah. For only a small commission, and you look at what they want, and it's like... Yeah.
I don't think so. I do not think
the finger was straight over the delete button.
Well, it's like when they say, we've been looking at your channel for a long time, dear Mr. The Guru, or dear Mr. Model Making. Oh, right. See, yeah, no, you haven't at all.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I still get, though, and I can't believe they still do it. I still occasionally get one of the Nigerian prince type scam type emails.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, either Nigerian prince or there's all this money from this account and it's in and I need to put it into a foreign account to get the money back, and if you let me use your bank account. Really?
Have you had the Ukrainian orphanage one yet?
No, not yet.
Be careful.
Well, I've got really good spam filters on my account.
Yeah, that one's doing the rounds. I don't know whether anyone else out there's had that, but yeah, that one's doing the rounds.
The thing is, there's no way I'd fall for spam anyway, because it's always so bloody obvious.
No, it's one of them. You know, it's, I sit there sometimes and I think, what planet do these people think we actually live on?
Well, the thing is, they know that like 99% of people will just be like, this is rubbish, absolute drivel spam. But they don't give a crap about the 99%. It's the 1% of idiots that fall for it. That's all they care about. If they do a million emails and one person falls for it, then they've made thousands of pounds.
They've made their money, haven't they? And isn't it wrong, though, to do that to people? But then I suppose because we've got morals, they haven't, you know.
Well, they're just criminals like everybody else.
Yeah. So be careful out there, folks. Don't get scammed because there's a lot of it going around.
Be a proper skeptic. If it sounds too good to be true, it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of the utility ones going around as well, isn't there? You know. The
thing is, I mean, it's one of those things that if I ever get a bill or anything from a company that I actually do stuff with, like if I get something from, say, my bank or from my service providers or anything like that, like, hey, Mr. Wolf, it's actually it purports to be from a company I use. Then there's a very simple solution to that. It's just don't click any of the links in the email and just go to your account on their website. If it's genuine, there'll be this stuff there. If it's not genuine, there'll be nothing to mention. Like they say, hi, we've sent you a message on your account, blah, 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 click here to get the message. It's like, well, if I go to my account independently of your email, oh, look, there's no message. Yes, you're not.
Yeah, people, did you get the UPS one where it was the clone of the UPS webpage where you've got a delivery that was attempted to get it, you have to pay us 11 quid, and it's like,
no, but I've had a few text messages.
DPD one's doing the rounds again, mate.
Oh yeah. Hey, here's the thing: for most people don't know this, but anybody in chat, I mean, you probably know this. You won't know, but if you don't know this, if you're in the UK, if you get a text message, I'll just press the button on my keyboard now. If you get a text message and it's spam, and you know it's spam, then as well as like blocking that number on your phone of choice, which obviously you should know how to do, you can also report it as spam.
Yes, what I do, 7726.
Yeah, 7726. So if anybody out there doesn't know how to do it in the UK, it's the same for all telecoms providers, all mobile providers. You'll have to read the instructions from your providers to specifically how they want you to do it. But there is a fast code number of 7726. You can forward the spam to that number and report it as spam.
All they then do is ask you to copy and paste the number that it originated from, so you can go into your messages, info, copy and paste the mobile number that it come for with the +44, whatever it is, and copy and paste that, and they'll send you a thank you reply, and they deal with it. Job done. And then just add it to your blocked numbers list.
Yeah, because it just helps your providers. The more reports they have of a number being spam, then they, if nobody bothers reporting it, they'll never know.
Surprising how many people don't know about the 7726, mate.
Yeah, it's surprising how many people don't know about a lot of stuff there, things like that. Loads of stuff.
All right, it takes time. It's a pain in the backside to have to sit there, keep doing it, but my philosophy is if that saves someone being scammed out of their life savings, I've done the good deed.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, the one thing I hate at the minute is the fact that I can't remember what I was about to say. God damn it.
That's because you're old.
Oh, am I halfway up the stairs or halfway down the stairs? Who can even begin to understand? Right, so here's what I've done. Here's the little dude in his cooking pit.
Oh, lovely.
Little pilot man's. Now, if I was trying to paint him and his little dashboard with all its little screens and things, that would be an absolute ball ache.
Yes.
All I've done is I've not glued the front panel on.
Oh, this is why you're a guru,
And I've not glued his torso in place, so I'll mount that on a little stick or something and a cork later. I'll paint that separately. I can paint his legs and all the buttons around his side. I can paint the dashing board. And then when I glue that in later, it's a good enough fit that there'll be a gap, but it just looks like a normal panel line.
Yeah.
So the only seam I'm going to have to fill is a little one here where they can do with a bit of plastic card, make it look cool. So, yeah, I don't mind that little gap there because it looks like it's just a regular panel line. So I'm going to keep all them separate so I can paint. It's always worth doing that with figures in cockpits and stuff.
Absolutely. Funko Freddy says he's off. Going to go and have some kit. No worries, mate. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Take care, dude. Now, what I'm hoping is that you can have it with an open frame or a sealed cockpit, and I'm hoping that it's a good enough friction fit with the frame that I can swap them out without having to glue them on.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have one of each. So I'll put that there, and I'll put that there. He needs to have his hole drilled in his gut, and then he can be mounted. Or I can just mount him on a thing. That's probably another option. Actually, I'll tell you what. I used to like drill little holes in figures and stuff, and mount a little bit of cocktail stick or wire in them, and then pin them in a cork and paint them that way, for painting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I suddenly realised, if it's a figure, just do a tiny bit of CA glue and glue him to a base.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it's finished, pop him off. It's so much easier than farting around with mounting on sticks and stuff. I don't know.
You're good, you are.
Yeah, I try my best. Oh, that's a thought, says Panzer. Fox, your mystery parcel might have been a scam attempt that failed. If so, it failed spectacularly. I hate it. I'd like to donate to charities, but I've no idea who to trust, says Phil Bolton. Basically, if you can actually go to a charity directly and in person, that's even better. Or, but I never ever do those clothing bag collections.
No.
Because like 90% of them are actually organised crime, just taking the clothes and flogging them.
Mm.
So I never do those. Plus, we get like 5 a week. How many clothes do you think we've got? Right.
Yeah,
so
I'm quite a thing with the charities. I do it direct through their website, and that's it.
Yeah, do it through the website, or do it through. I think you can do it through the National Lottery as well. You can do stuff through them.
Yeah.
As YouTubers, we can do things for charities as well with our super chats and stuff. I've never done that. I might do it at some point. The 18, 17, and 21. I like the fact I've just got one sprue tonight. It's great.
Everyone's saying hello to William. Later, everyone says to Freddie, because he's off ski. No worries, mate.
Oh, Fred. Oh. I'm still on season 3 of Supernatural, dude.
Oh, yeah?
It's getting better. I'm really enjoying it now.
Are you proper having, I'm glad I watched this moment, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, they're really getting into their swing now, and the characters are really it's good now.
Right, Dream Builder says, I'm going to make my way to my bed, and all in chat, I might browse a bit on the phone. No worries, Daniel. Thanks again, mate, for coming in. Always lovely to see you in, mate. Love to Marcus and the rest of your family, mate, and catch up soon.
Do you know what Martin Kovac says when he's on his way to bed?
My friends.
He says, I'm going to my bed. My bed. I love Martin Kovac so much.
He's so brilliant,
cool.
Isn't he?
Friends.
He's just got such a YouTube voice in of greatness.
Oh, yeah. I like his sense of humour as well. Oh. And again, it's another person doing video content in not their native language, which puts every Englishman to shame.
Yeah.
It'd be like me trying to do a video in...
He's Slovakian, isn't he?
I think so. Something.
Yeah.
Eastern European of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, so it's like... It just puts us, English to shame because we don't speak anything.
Yeah.
If I tried to do a video in French, for example, the only language I speak a little bit of, it'd take me a week to write it.
The problem we have is there's so many different European languages, whereas they can all just learn English and be understood. For us to communicate with every country, we'd have to know at least a dozen languages.
Well, they're in the same boat because they have all the different European languages to learn.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, mate, stick a microphone under someone's nose. My point is they can speak English.
Yeah, that's the one advantage, that English is more universal.
So, yeah.
Yes.
That's the thing, there's always someone somewhere, no matter what. It can be the depths of Syria. They will find someone go, hello, geez, how you doing? Yeah.
It's like, what, darling?
Yeah, fancy seeing you here with your news crew. Underneath the arches.
That's about right, because he would get it wrong.
Yeah.
Underneath the
arches.
I'm underneath the arches, floating down a canal.
Ah, there. You're bad. You're a bad man. You're so gonna hell.
Me and you. Thank
Me?
you.
No, I'm not guilty, mate. I've done nothing
You're the
wrong.
one that does the impression.
Damn it.
Yep. You're the one that showed me videos and...
You're bad.
Yep. I'm bad. I know it. Shambon. Did I just do a Michael Jackson lyric? I did.
You did.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I'm now getting really worried that you're sitting there banging out the moves wearing one white marigold glove. Yeah.
Well, I had a mate at school, at secondary school, who was really into Michael Jackson. I couldn't stand those. This isn't Tangerine Dream or Jean-Michel Jarre. What is this rubbish he's playing? Michael Jackson. Oh, turn it off. Yeah. He was really obsessed with Michael Jackson.
Middle-aged men wearing Michael Jackson-style wet perms. Now, that was a look, wasn't it, of the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Walking around with their leopard skin budgie smugglers on. It's like, no, don't do this.
Budgie smugglers, can he wear them? Budgie smugglers, oh dear God, he can.
Why on earth would any fella want to walk out in public on a beach wearing budgie smugglers? Nah.
I'm not Italian, so I can't tell you that.
It's just so wrong, isn't it? It's like, no.
Depends on what kind of image they have of themselves, I suppose.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I do like it when a massive, dirty, great big seam line is covered up by a panel.
Oh, yeah, it makes a thing, doesn't it?
Am I going to clean that up? Here's a big piece that goes over it. Excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
That's the one thing I can honestly say that is good with GW. They've got out the concealed panel lines off to a fine art.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but
yeah, same with
on the modern
Bandai.
kit, a lot of them. Oh, Bandai got it. Bandai just masters of it because they're Japanese.
Kevin goes, yeah, the permed mullets. Yeah, we won't go into that, Kev.
Permed mullets, wah, wah.
Nothing wrong with a permed mullet.
We know somebody who had one not long ago.
There may have been a bit of permage going on at one
And
point.
he's on your telly right now. And it's not me.
No, you had a stick-on ponytail.
Hey, it wasn't sticking, it was weaved.
Don't try and defend it.
I am. It was brilliant. It looked fantastic.
It probably looked like a complete
I was a pirate.
stick.
Come on, I was a pirate. Nothing more hardcore than pirates.
Yeah, I bet Jack Sparrow's bricking it.
You tell me when a pirate ever looked not cool, apart from the captain on that ship on The Mandalorian last night, which is terrible.
I haven't watched it, mate.
I know you haven't watched it because you're rubbish.
I am rubbish, mate.
You are rubbish.
Yeah, but hold up a minute. I'm going to try and redeem myself here.
Go on.
Very badly.
Right.
But I'm going to go for it anyway.
Go for it anyway, dude.
I still have Bluey as a favourite on my Disney watch list.
How many episodes you watched?
1.
Not redeemed.
Why not?
Redemption denied.
No, ain't fair.
Life ain't fair.
Oh, that's, I've got to tell my mum. It's not fair.
Oh, I can't do it. Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not good.
Oh, I don't talk to you anymore.
I was hoping to swap between. Oh, actually.
Yeah, the perm mallets, says Kevin, or fake ponytail, says Pans. A good man, mate. Say, knew he'd have me back.
Can I get away with that? Would that work? Ooh.
Where does that pick land?
Let's try it. Let's try this. Let's just try the shizzle out of it.
Go for it, Fox. Go for it. You know you want
Basically,
to.
you can have it like that with the little fellow in the box.
Right.
And he's going to get killed within about 5 minutes. You've got a little roof rack there.
Yeah. Having built one of these, I know that.
Yeah. Protects him if it falls over. It doesn't really. But you can also have it as a completely sealed unit. And what you do is you get the panels and build it round that frame. So what I'm hoping is that I can build it round that frame but not glue it to the frame, so I can then lift them off. And then it can either have it like that, or I can leave that glued on.
Yeah.
And then I can vary it, and you can. I'm going to build the little thing that goes around it with the flat panels and see if it's swappable.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a single piece, but it's not. It's made up of 3 panels. So
You're a single piece.
You're a prop piece.
Is that the best you had?
Well, at such short notice, I work with what I've got. You pay peanuts, you know what I mean?
You
You pay peanuts.
you're a prize one at times.
Not much of a prize, I'll give you that.
Absolutely, the booby prize.
Ooh, boobies.
You went into Duncan mode then. Nipple. That was so funny. That was. Bless him.
I was watching a promotional video for Australia where one character says to the other, "At the Great Barrier Reef, you can see coral, sharks, and boobies." And the other guy's like, "Wait, did you just say coral?"
Yeah.
Well, there's a roof as well. I mean, this might not work, but it's worth a try.
It's always worth a try, mate. If you don't try things, you'd never get anything done, would you?
Do or do not. There is no try. That's Star Wars. You might not get that.
Nah.
I haven't watched it.
You're basically picking on me again, aren't you?
Well, I would pick on all the other hosts on this show, but I'm a bit
There's
SOL
only me
when it
here,
comes
isn't
to
it? Yeah,
all the other
I know.
hosts. You know what I mean?
I see what you're doing.
If you want safety in numbers, love, you kind of need the numbers.
It's all right. I'm not bitter. I am, but I'm not going to let him know that. Well, I just did, but yeah. I see what you did. Tough room.
Yeah.
Okay, I need one of those.
Each other.
Yeah, but wouldn't have it any other way, would we?
No. I says to Mama Wolf the other day, I said, Festa says to me he's very disappointed that you haven't got out of bed all day. And she called you a name that I won't repeat.
Oh, really? Was I that name again, was I? Or was this a new name?
No, it's a word that starts with T.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, bless her. That means she's getting back on form then. If she can insult me.
Yeah.
So there's light at the end of the tunnel then, mate.
Oh, yeah. I said to her, right, it's Friday, and she went, Festa midnight. I went, there you go.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah, I normally know or can gauge Mama Wolf's well-being because if she calls me names, then she's feeling good.
Absolutely.
She's having a good day. So,
oh, yeah.
That's my little barometer.
If she insults you, she's on form.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. You're in for a good day there, Fox. Why is that? Because your mum's just called me that name.
Yeah.
Bless her. Can read her like a book, can't you, some days?
Yeah. It's like one of them books with 3 pages, and each page is about an inch thick.
Yeah.
At the moment, so.
Yeah, no, bless her.
Itching. Now, let us see if we can
Considering what she's been through, mate, she's done well.
Oh, yeah. Considering she's millions of years old.
Yeah. She has a legendary status, hasn't she? Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I got to shout at someone the other day on her Facebook account.
Oh, right, yeah.
A family friend. Because since Mama Wolf went to hospital, she was on Facebook all the time, but since she went to hospital, she goes through Facebook. She's not even touched Messenger in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And she probably won't again now because, it's probably a bit confusing for her.
Yeah.
Especially on her iPad because it's all big fonts so she can see. So you can't tell what to do on Facebook Messenger when it's big fonts. But a family friend, someone that she was usually in contact with, sent a message about a year ago, say, how are you doing? She obviously didn't know that, Mama Wolf had been ill or poorly or anything.
Yeah.
And then she said, about a year ago, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Then nothing, obviously. Mum didn't reply. So then she got one yesterday saying, like really snotty, saying, well, you could have at least bothered to reply to me, but fine then. I guess with advancing age comes increasing rudeness, whatever.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. I was like, right out of the blue. So I read it out to Mama Wolf and she went, like that. So I sent a reply back saying, hi, this is Fox. Yeah, she knows who I am. This is Fox. Mama Wolf was in hospital a year ago with this, and this, and she was critically ill, and she's still recovering and struggling with this, that, and the other. Not being ignored.
Yeah, stop being a douche.
Yeah, within 10 minutes, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Ignore me. I was just frustrated, but too late.
She should have thought before she wrote what she did then, shouldn't she?
Yeah.
Pillock.
Yeah.
Dan Kramer's in. He says twit or something that rhymes, something like that, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got any quotes ready? Because I can pad out for a little second.
That
means no.
No, just do it.
Jeff is in, our very own Cole Sagan, Candygram for Mongo, saying hi. Colin, Fox, Panzer, Dorka, PJ Phil, Lynn Hugs, Daniel, Dan, and all else in chat.
The Earth is the shore of the cosmic ocean. Recently, we've waded a little way out, and the water seems... That sounds more like Tuvok.
Oh,
You've started, so you'll finish.
I did finish it, but that sounded more like Tuvok than Sagan. I do apologise. It's all gone wrong.
You can blame your sniffles.
I'm not that feeble. I'm just going to blame Tuvok. He was in Picard earlier on, so I'll blame Tuvok.
Yeah, blame Tupac.
Not Tupac, you spoon. Tuvok from that Voyager. You know who Tuvok is.
Yeah.
Now, how is this going to work?
Did that sound convincing?
No, you've watched Voyager before. You know who Seven of Nine
I know
is.
who Janeway is and Neerix or
You
whatever.
know who Seven of Nine is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there you go. There's always that little compass marker that you know.
Yeah, there's a barometer there.
The little guide mark, little navigation markers. If you pardon the expression. Look at the markers on that.
Oh, Kira.
Whoa.
Oh,
La 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 la.
swing.
Happy noises. Colin's happy noises.
Yeah.
Right, I've got to try and glue this really carefully now.
Intendant, Kira.
Oh. I'd say she's more superintendent, but hey, that's just my preference. Super, not half.
Oh.
I've got to use the tiniest dot of glue. Oh, fudge. Tiniest dot of glue now.
Yeah, you know what'll happen there? You'll go for the world's micro dot of glue and you'll end up with a big splodge, because that's what happens. Dan says, spoilers, you dope. He says, I haven't watched the latest episode yet. Yeah.
Oh, that's not really a spoiler, really.
Yeah.
Not really a spoiler.
Yeah. I'll see what he did there, Dan. He told someone else off last week
I did.
for doing it.
I did.
And he's gone, I don't know.
Well, it's not
Preach and practice, dear.
It's not that much of a spoiler. Not really.
Yeah. It's all right, Dan. We've got your back, mate.
Yeah, I kind of just did exactly what I told PJ off for doing last week.
Yeah, yeah. By all powers of deduction, PJ, you can give Fox the look.
I will accept that look in a medium where I can't actually see. That'd be perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, but PJ will screenshot himself giving you the look.
Blanche, hang on. What a situation here.
Yeah. Lynn says she hasn't seen any of the new Mandalorian. You're not alone, Lynn. You're not alone, dear.
Colin hasn't seen any of anything.
So he's picking on me again, isn't he? So I have to put up with, folks. That was a good wibble, wasn't it?
No.
All right.
It was a bit lightweight.
Bit lame, was it?
If I'm honest, yeah, it was a bit, half-hearted.
Did you? I never heard that. See what I did?
I give you points for that. Actually, that was quite good. I had to think about that for a second.
You did, didn't you?
I was like, wait, what? Oh,
yeah, something like that. Vaguely. Okay.
You're vaguely. Right. Do not fall off. Do not fall off. Do not fall off. Also, do not glue to the frame below. That would be lovely.
Like that.
Can we glue it? Yes, we can, but not to the frame. I don't know. We'll have to see.
So that's both of them on.
There you go. I've got the outer armor panels.
Dan's saying hi, guys, and he's also asking you whether you've got any update on your benefactor.
No, somebody was asking that earlier. No, still got no idea where that came from or who that came from. Rather awesomely. So no, not
whoever it was. Thank you, he says.
Oh, absolutely massive. Thank you. I'm still kind of sitting here going,
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I've got the outer armor wrapped around the roll bar, the roll cage, but it's not glued to it, hopefully. So when it's dried a bit, I can pop it off, and hopefully it'll be a case that if I can easily remove the outer armor, I can then glue the roll cage on later and have the armor as removable. If I could glue the roof on, then that would also hold it in place. And if it goes wrong, well, I don't have to paint the cockpit then, do I?
That's a good shout.
If it goes wrong, but oh well.
Goes Pete Tong, it goes Pete Tong. It's only plastic. It can be glued, repaired.
Oh well, never mind. How sad, as they say.
Yeah, we all have happy.
Oh dear.
We all have happy
how sad.
accidents, mate.
Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Can he fix it? I got no idea. Why am I singing that? I don't know.
I've got no idea. You could do it in the voice of Peas.
I'm going to glue it now.
Hobby.Design, can you fix it?
No, I'll make it worse.
No, I like Peas. I had a friend
Can
once.
you bugger it up? Absolutely.
Let's put a clamp on there.
Clamp on.
Like that.
You're a clamp on.
I like being a clamp on.
Right,
Dokily.
Oh, flange-taculon.
It's going well for you, Fox, by the sound of that, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to jiggle. I'm trying to zig when I should have zagged.
Well, you've got a steering rack that can go on, so we'll add a bit of it.
Nice rack.
So I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, my phone's ringing. Bernard Manning's on. He says he wants his jokes back.
I remember somebody doing a Mickey take of Bernard Manning once called Bernard Wright on. He went, a rabbi, a priest, and a nun walk into a pub. It's a marvellous example of cultural tolerance.
Yeah. He's brown bread now, isn't he, Manning?
Oh, probably died a long time ago.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm sure he is, but...
Comedians of that generation who basically stood on stage smoking and drinking for in working men's clubs for 30 years, yeah, they're not alive anymore.
Don't get me wrong, it was of its time, but it makes you cringe when you see some of that pop up on the TV in archives. It's like, oh dear.
It makes you cringe when you see Jim Davidson still going and he's no different. And he's like, right, you didn't actually change at all, did you? You're still exactly that racist and everything else. Wow.
Yeah, cringe. I can remember a night at the lakeside where he did his routine that I won't name. And he got booed.
Who, Jim Davidson?
Yeah. He got booed on stage because people were like, really, you're doing the...
Oh, yeah, he's an absolutely vile person.
You're doing that routine when, And people just was like, oh, really? Come on, move forward, mate.
No, he's that bad.
Yeah.
Apparently he was telling everyone to be sympathetic towards Gary Glitter because he's turned a new leaf.
I saw that. Yeah,
just before he went back into jail.
For trying to access the dark web. Yeah, he's a reformed character. Anyone that says I have sympathy for people of that nature, it's I'm sorry, but
not ever going to happen. Sorry, no.
I don't think that he should have been released anyway. I'm strongly against anyone that's got that type of conviction from seeing daylight, because leopards and spots, I'm afraid. And
we don't want him out ever.
When you're convicted of child crimes, you deserve to stay in, mate. I'm sorry, but
absolutely, totally agree.
Scum of the earth.
Yep.
Dare I say it? And people will probably be, that's draconian, but I'm a firm believer chemical castration. Someone like him should be chemically castrated. But that's a whole new thing, isn't it, I suppose? But
yes.
Because they're never going to change them type of people.
Absolutely not.
And it's not just in the UK, this is global, but how many times have we seen in the news ones that have been released of that nature that have gone on and done it again? And it's like, So, yeah. Anyway.
You can no more be cured of that particular preference than you can be cured of being straight or gay or...
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's your preference, and therefore, no, you can't be...
You know, that's his orientation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And
not going to change, is it?
Yeah, he's never going to change what he is. So, yeah, I don't think he deserves to be out in amongst civilized people. But
oh, the people!
Yeah.
Right, oh shit! Sorry, nearly said a rude word then. Right, huge success.
Well redeemed, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Because normally you go into the, not my monetization, not my problem. Yeah.
There's the guy in the cockpit.
Oh, lovely.
Guy's removable, so he can be painted separately. The front panel, which it says can't be put on afterwards, is easily put on afterwards.
Yeah.
So he can be put in on top of that, so his hands are on the controls, which go on top of that panel on the front.
Yeah.
Then I can put the roll bar on. When he's in and painted, I can actually glue the roll cage in. So that gives me access to do all the painting. I'll just take him out, do all the painty.
This is why he's a guru.
And then, when that's glued in, I've got the hard top. And I can just sit that on top like that.
You're a hard top.
And then if somebody, if somebody wants to play this in a tabletop and they say, I want it as a central, not the one that's armoured, I can just take that off.
Oh, good.
That way I get to paint the cockpit and the dude and have the lid. It's a bit panel gappy, but hey, I'm just going to weather it anyway to look battered and beaten. So
this is why he's a guru.
I'm not a guru.
This is why he's a GNU.
I'm going to change my channel name to something else.
Yeah, but I'll mock you for that as well.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've already set up model making GNU, but there's no point me doing anything on that because it won't be monetized, and therefore, unless it gets 1,000 subscribers and lots of hours of viewing,
and then you get double monetization. Oh, we'll do something on it then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I'd have to get it to I'd have to have all the content that wasn't monetized first. That's the difficult bit, you see.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that bit done. I built the little... Oh, I need to put the thing on top of that, don't I? I quite like this new... I must admit, I built the old Sentinel.
Yeah.
And it was all right, but I quite like this new Sentinel.
One's better, though, isn't it?
It's a bit more... better... Not real words, I know. But burpage. It feels more better.
I see what you did.
16, 11, 12, and 13. Not my camera so much. I don't even know where the camera's pointing now. Right, what are the numbers again? I read some numbers. I
Is it being special, is it?
12, 11, 12, 13, and 16. What are you doing, Cole? What are you doing?
I am looking for a bit that I just pinged.
You had the sound of a man that was on the floor.
No, I'm not on the floor yet. I'm using me light around me bench just to see where it's fell on there. Yeah, I was trying to do something, and you know me, Captain Twitchy, pinged straight away. Because my life, everything pings.
It's my life.
So I shall navigate to the floor.
Pings.
I've got to stand up anyway, so...
Oh, yeah? A bit of standy-upness. Right, so that's that bit. I'm doing his back panel now.
You're a back panel.
I'm focusing on this gentleman's back panel. It's quite substantial. It's got holes in it.
Oh.
I have a suggestion, Fox. How about the model-making ponytail? It doesn't make any sense.
That can only be Panzer.
Yes. How did you know?
How did I know? Well, I know Panzer well enough. I know Panzer well enough.
Tell you what I did see today. Now, probably nobody will know what this is, so I'm probably just spitting into the wind here. And I've never read the comic, the web comic, but I saw a cartoon today, or the first episode of an animated series called Lackadaisy.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's like anthropomorphic animals, and it's set in Prohibition era, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. The artwork and the animation was fantastic. And it's like a little amateur-made... Well, not amateur. It's not like made by a professional cartoon. It's not made by a few people. Yeah. You've got loads of other people to help them out. So it's kind of fan-made, but it's not fan made. It's almost semi official.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's like this, and they've done this animation. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. The voice acting is fantastic. And one little touch they've done is when you see characters talking close up, they've got these beautifully drawn faces, but they've left kind of like when you're drawing a character, if you've ever, anybody out there that does any kind of artwork and stuff, if you're drawing like cartoon characters, you'll tend to like do a circle and some lines for the face to figure out which way the face is pointing and get the shape and get the eye line and the center line. Yeah. You draw these shapes and then you draw the face around it. But what they did was they deliberately left in some of these little under sketch lines. So sometimes you'll see a character talking and there'll be a little hint of the sort of the rough pencil lines underneath. It's like, wow, that's amazing. It looks really good.
Yeah.
So if anybody hasn't seen it or heard of it, when you're finished here, just go and look up Lackadaisy, Lacka Daisy. It's excellent. I think there's more to come as well. It's taken them like about 9 years to make it, but
happy days.
I was very impressed.
Ninja's in, says hello everyone. Hello Ross, how you doing, geese?
Hello.
He says, just popped in to say as I've got to be up early to travel to ChiliCon in Sheffield. There you go.
To what con?
ChiliCon.
Ooh, there must be a convention for chili things.
Yeah, it's near Carney. See what I did? Come on, come on. Someone's Flame has just subscribed to my channel. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you very kindly. Welcome to my channel, Flame.
Oh, hello, Flame.
Look at me. Sorry about that.
Did you do parping again? I didn't hear it this time.
Apologies, folks. I may have just moved very slightly.
You know, if you hadn't said that, I hadn't actually heard that, so I never would have known.
No, I apologise if I do a part because
apart from when you don't say anything and then I call you out for it.
Yeah, but that's different because it's
that's
you.
Different because that's when you're trying to get away with it.
Yeah, that's when I tried to definitely get away with it. It's like, yeah.
Not with me around, young Billy.
No, Brickhouse Rat.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I can't put none of the chrome bits on yet on the engine block. Want to keep the edges separate, paint that separate. Chassis, I could build up pretty much everything apart from mounting the engine in, what the exhaust's on.
Mm-hmm.
Putting the cross brace.
Oh, cross brace, that's a good word. I like that word.
Differential can go on.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, I'm with it now.
Hansa, you'd like Lackadaisy because they're all cats. All the characters are cats.
Yeah.
And they also make 1930s suits look fantastic.
Oh, really?
I really wish high waist trousers and big floppy hats would come back in fashion, but they never will.
What's that? Proper zoot suits?
Yeah, proper like Prohibition era.
Yeah.
That was a style then. They had a lot of style in them days.
Oh, absolutely.
Where just everyday wear was a suit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
What possibly couldn't you like about that era?
Yeah. You know, you had a belt round your nipples, basically. It was
yeah, Simon Cowell trousers.
The fly would have been about 13 feet long just to get all the way down to where the crotch was.
Yeah.
And everybody had big hats. Come on.
Can't go wrong with hats.
Especially when, in those days, like, you had a choice between, because all the trousers were big and baggy, but not flared, so they were it was the drape shape.
Yeah.
But some of them, they kind of went in a bit at the cuff at the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's one thing you don't get on trousers nowadays. Trouser cuffs. Come on, trouser cuffs. What?
Yeah, proper button braces.
Yeah. Why? How do people not have cuffs on their trousers anymore? They look fantastic.
None of this namby-pamby crocodile clip stuff. Proper braces.
Yep. When I was learning to draw, and I was trying to teach myself how to draw feet and hands, the two things that helped me learn to draw feet on characters were brogues and cuffs on trousers.
Yeah.
So I drew lots of characters that had like 1950 style suit trousers with cuffs on them.
Yeah.
And brogues.
Oh yeah.
Because I could learn the shape of the bits of the brogue shoe like the side pieces and the front and the tip and stuff. And that's how I learned to draw the shape of the foot of the shoe.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's why a lot of my early cartoon stuff, everybody wears brogues and suit pants. Is because that's how I learned to draw.
Yeah, but it works, doesn't it? And it's such an iconic look.
It's just such a graceful look.
Yeah. I love watching old Pathé newsreel because the men dressed elegantly, so did the women. Everything just looked right.
Except when it became like the 1960s and all the men were still wearing the same suits, and suddenly those suits looked really, really shoddy and old.
Yeah.
I don't know why. When they became old, they suddenly didn't look as good.
Yeah. I think we just reminisce from that. Yeah. Dan Kramer says, I've had a wide brim fedora as my daily driver for years. Love it. Oh, welcome, mate. Yeah. Well, you know, I never go out without a hat. Never. My sisters have often over the years, you know, you and your bloody hats, you know, and I just feel naked without it. I don't feel dressed.
The thing with fedoras and stuff now is though that it's hard to wear them without feeling some sort of stigma.
Yeah.
Because instead of like everybody wearing a hat, a fedora or a trilby,
yeah,
now they're kind of seen as like hipsterish and and it's like I'd love to wear a fedora, but
well, it's like the pork pies, isn't it? You know, everyone. Well, yeah, you know, chav. It's like look, just like pork pie hats. You know,
pork pies aren't chavish. I wouldn't say that. But pork pies are. But like fedora now, you just it's a bit like being an emo or a goth. I don't know. It's weird. A fedora now, if everybody wore them, it would be awesome, but not everybody does. It's not.
I just think any hat looks good. You know, it's personal choice, isn't it?
Yeah. I long for the look when you could go into you go up to your town hall and there'd be all these reporters outside, all wearing trench coats and fedoras, and you'd be like, "There's the press."
Yeah,
that's how you know where the press is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think that's many reasons that I love the 1989 Batman movie, because it was proper like snap brims and trench coats. I
fell in love with pork pie hats when I watched Gene Hackman as Popeye Doyle in French Connection.
Oh yeah.
My uncle Ron used to always wear trilbies, you know, proper narrow-brimmed trilbies, you know, East End villain trilby, you know what I mean, and all of that. And I liked the look, but I wanted to be different, and I just saw the pork pie and I thought less is more, and it just and that was why I went for pork pies mainly as my main hat of choice, you know.
I think pork pies are different though, because pork pies are kind of timeless and they've got a certain cheekiness to them that I think anyone I think if you're a young good looking lad, you look like a tit because you look like a Ponzi catalogue model.
They're a bit cheeky chappy, aren't they?
Yeah, but most people can get away with the pork pie.
Yeah,
but like with a snap brim, either a trilby or a fedora, now people just point at you and laugh.
Yeah,
it's like I don't.
Yeah, I often get the "Why'd you wear the hat?" Well, why not? It's my head. Put on it what I like. You know,
why'd you wear the hat? Well, you know,
I was asked it once on a live stream. Why'd you wear a hat? And I took my hat off and leant forward, and my white balance went mad on my camera. I said, "Now you know why I wear an hat on a live stream."
Yeah,
it's because my white balance on my camera goes mental because of the shine off my noggin.
Why'd you wear a hat? Because if I walk down the high street, all the cars hit the pedestrian crossing bollards and stuff, and it's just not good.
Yeah. So that's why I wear it on the face to cam stuff on the lives, because, well, you've seen it on the E-Models show. I did it one night on there, didn't I? Leant forward and the white balance on my webcam went ballistic.
Yep.
But,
your head is not designed. Your head is not intended for public consumption. But I mean, pork pies are kind of timeless, and you can get away with it. Pork pies were carried forward into the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
By the kind of Caribbean community especially in London.
Yeah.
Sort of the immigrant black Caribbean, the Windrush generation, I suppose you call them.
Yeah.
Those kind of communities that sprang up and the people that came on, because that was the hats they wore.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that kept those kind of pork pie hats going in the 60s and 70s. And therefore they kind of stayed timeless. They never really got phased out, whereas things like fedoras and trilbies, they just kind of faded out because people stopped wearing them.
Old D. Tommaso says he needs to win the lottery. Yeah, don't we all, mate?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, mate. There's 50 levels of skin, and I think we're on every single one nowadays.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not alone, mate.
On the tree of skin, we hit every branch all the way down.
Yeah. You're not alone there, mate.
Trilbies and stuff in the 60s and 70s became the boring middle-class office workers' hat, and that's why they became not cool anymore. And snap brims already fallen out by that point. It's a shame, really. There's a certain gracefulness to suits and hats.
Something about hats, you know. I mean, look at the old Pathé newsreels. You can't not enjoy seeing or looking at the look. Because it's just iconic, you know.
Old suits, old tailors had style.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, by the same token, can you imagine actually having a hot summer's day in 1940s or 50s in Britain?
Yeah,
with a proper three-piece wool suit. Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah,
they were like wool. I've worn vintage suits. It's like a blanket. And I love the fact that, like, if you look at real old footage, like World War One era, or even early Industrial Revolution and not that early, but like turn of the century type stuff.
Yeah,
late 1900s, early 20th century. And you see all these, like, even the lowliest of dock workers and miners. It's like you see all these photographs of, like, miners working in the pit, and they're all wearing suits.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all scruffy and knackered, but they're all wearing even the...
Yeah, but they're all wearing them, aren't they?
You see all the stevedores on the docks unloading all these ships, and it's like, they've all got suits on. They're doing a hard labour manual job, and they're wearing suits. It's like, what? This is...
It just looks right, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest with you. All right, so you go in there.
You go in there.
Yeah, you will go in there. Happy days.
Happy days. That's it. All right. Pull your jets.
In there.
Still working on the engine.
I am just lining up the exhausts. I will put the engine in a sec with a bit of contact to clear. Just so that I can line up the exhausts. But I don't want to permanently affix the engine because I like to paint them separate.
Nobody wants a permanent.
Wrong for perm. Don't go knocking it. You need to knock that bit out of there.
You tear. I might have actually finished the main body of this by the end.
Cool, you go careful.
Well, it's only got a small number of the parts. It's quite a pleasing little...
Yeah, but don't forget, normally on a 2-hour stream, you do a couple of dudes. So for you, that is pretty epic, mate.
Well, the thing is, like, it takes a long time to clean up the bits for a couple of dudes, but when you've got, like, a square panel that's just got one nub, sand, done.
You're a nub.
Made of nubs. And take note, Tamia, this jerry cans, single-piece jerry cans. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Eh? Tamia with your multi-part jerry cans, you fascists.
Is that a Wibble?
Yeah. Multi-part bleeding jerry
cans.
Fascists. I don't know.
Oh, that sounded like a real pent-up bit of wibbling as well,
when
mate.
you've built as many Tamiya 135th World War II jerry cans as I have, you learn.
They're not fun.
You learn the power of hatred.
There you go. Dave's in. Bit of sanding.
Jerry cans lead to anger. Anger leads to the dark side.
Dark side leads you to it, Will. There you go. It's got those in there. Somewhere around there.
There's a very nice cameo in this week's episode of The Mandalorian. I shall say nothing.
Yeah, be careful because, spoilers.
But there was a very nice cameo in this week's Mandalorian, which suggests possibly, which hints perhaps at future Star Wars TV series.
Oh, right.
Or at least characters that may appear in such programs and what they might be doing.
Yeah.
That's all I shall say. And it was quite bad as well, because like the last couple of episodes of Mandalorian, they've had this antagonist, this pirate captain.
Yeah.
There's no spoilers of information here, but they've got this pirate captain anyway, and it is the absolute crappiest animatronic puppet you've ever seen in your entire life.
Oh, really?
I mean, you've got used to Grogu, little Grogu, because he's kind of adorable, and you give him a pass because he's tiny. And given the fact that the cameo in this episode was all CGI and very high quality, incredibly high quality, it was like, wow, that looks brilliant.
Yeah.
This captain, who's this really crap puppet, who is apparently made of like seaweed or something.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like in the Pirates of the Caribbean, there's that pirate that's got like the octopus head. I've never really watched it. But
Oh, right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a
I
bit
know
like
the one.
that.
Yeah.
But imagine instead of the octopus, he's made of like seaweed and duckweed and plants and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, they had better puppets in like Farscape. It's like Pilot was a better puppet than that. Pilot was a great puppet. And I was like, wow, that bad guy, that captain looks really, really crap, especially when you put it next to the cameo appearance of this other character who looks incredible.
So it was biblically bad, was it?
Yeah. Well, then I started thinking, well, they must, if they've gone to all the trouble of making this CGI character for this cameo, I reckon he's going to start appearing in other series then, because they're not going to spend all that money.
No.
And have him not appear somewhere else. So yeah, it was actually really bad puppet. I was quite shocked and surprised how bad the puppet actually was. Animatronic puppet. It was like, really? That's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a few of the, like, you know, clangers with like characters wearing animatronic heads and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They've had a few where you've been like, ooh, that didn't really come off. There's been a few that have been really good.
Yeah. But not all of them.
No, some of them have been like, oh, that's a bit 1980s.
That's a bit Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is it? A bit like that.
Yeah, that's a bit Zaphod Beeblebrox's other head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, that was minging, wasn't it? Yeah.
Groovy. Yeah. I mean, they had like a budget of 30 quid. So.
Yeah, for its time, yeah. I can remember that being on Blue Peter on Tomorrow's World, and it's like, oh yeah, look at this epic thing, and then you looked at it and you was like, yeah,
not even for its time, mate. I mean, it was just like,
it's like, yeah, Valerie Singleton made that out of paper mache and sticky back plastic. Come on, let's admit it.
It really was. All it did was blink a little bit. And
it was minging, wasn't it?
Yeah, groovy. But yeah, that was pretty bad. So yes, this pirate captain was like, wow, that's some of the worst animatronic crap I've ever seen in my entire life. I was most disappointed, but everything else was brilliant. This cameo was like chef's kiss. Looked incredible. Blink and you'll miss it. I shall say nothing. Dan Kramer says, indeed, it was amazing to see that character. I love Captain Cale Organa. Who's Cale Organa? Who's Captain Cale Organa? I don't know who Cale Organa is. I missed that bit.
Notice how quiet I've gone.
Yeah, you don't know anything. You know nothing about anything. You are Philistine. Because it pities you for your lack of knowings.
Yeah.
D22. Weird having one sprue. It's quite pleasing. One single sprue.
Yeah, there's not a lot to it, is there, that kit?
Well, they actually packed quite a lot. If this was one of the old kits, it'd have like 3 pieces on a sprue. But it's quite funny if you look at some of the old kits, especially some of the old Orc stuff. You get a sprue that's that big and have like four Gretchen on it.
Yeah.
And 1 Orc, and you'd be like, wow, that's
yeah.
Whereas nowadays you get a sprue that big, it's got 4,000 parts on it. Chili tasting contests are fun and tasty. I've been to some.
Yeah.
Now I want chili. Yeah, you and me both now. Actually.
Yeah, H would be good at that. She likes super spicy chilies and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, you can go for me then. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to explode my mouth. Sorry.
Edward Leonard is in. Squishy King, alert.
Hello, Edward. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you in, pal.
Got a double squishy then.
Yeah, he's going to get a shrimp.
Hang on.
There you go.
Yeah, I tell you what I was doing the other day. I was playing, I think, Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Or something. I was playing something, whatever it was. And it was one of those bits where I can just wander around the world quietly to myself and just pootle about and not be listening to storyline beats or anything like that. So I had playing in the background. I have one of my
Edward says, okay, Colin and Fox, don't say hi. Yeah, I was waiting to get a word in, Edward. I did spot you.
I did say hello.
I know, but yeah.
I've got the what do you call it? The bottom of the ocean, looking at all the fish thing. The Ocean Explorer. No, not
Ocean Explorer.
The other one.
RVs.
The Nautilus Live.
Oh, Nautilus, yeah.
They've got a specific channel for all their dive archives. I've been going through those. There's like hundreds and hundreds of hours. So I have them playing on, like, on the playlist as I'm playing a game, just in the background. So whenever they say stuff and call out a creature, I can look at the TV screen.
I spent 2 hours last night watching the Tring shoe repair shop. The bloke doing the cobbling of repairing shoes and doing all the fiddle back fucking things between the sole and the heel and all of that lot. And yeah, so I was well impressed. Good old Dan, the Tring shoe repair man.
Tring.
Yeah.
When I was watching this Nautilus dive from, I think, 2017, and it had the wonderful Amanda Khan was one of the crew. And Amanda Khan's brilliant because she's got this childlike wonder in her voice, and she's totally captivating. So I was watching this in the background, and they were reading out questions from the crowd, and I was like, oh yeah. And at one point, they were seeing all these jellyfish and said, somebody in the chat just said, yay, squishies. And I was like, oh crap, that was me.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching it live and I was in the chat. I was like, oh crap, they read my chat out.
Yeah.
So from that point on, they kept calling all the jellyfish squishies. And I'm like, I did that.
Yeah, the legend that is Edward lives on.
Yeah, so I did that. I was like, wow. I'd forgotten I was in the chat on that stream when it was live. How does this go on now? Where's that page gone?
Yeah, you've got famous then.
No. Okay, it's got to have the hole that way. The hole is the goal.
There you go. Bit of that.
It's quite funny when you're adding these bits onto vehicles, Warhammer vehicles.
Yeah.
And you don't actually know what the bit is. It's like, is that a spotlight, or is it like a smoke launcher, or is it what is it? I've got no idea, so I don't know if it's supposed to rotate and all be straight, or...
No idea, mate.
I'm going to put it at a jaunty angle anyway.
Go for it.
Jaunty angle is always the correct answer.
Nothing wrong with a jaunty angle, mate.
So if you're building like a real-world tank or something, you can kind of figure out what things are, but on some made-up, you're like, I don't know what this thing is. I don't know how it's supposed to go. It never tells you. You're lucky if you get told about the stuff you're supposed to know about.
Exactly.
That's that bit. That is that bit. Got my back end. I need to clean it up, though. I need to clean my back end up.
Oh, my God. You're cleaning your back end, are you? Oh, dear.
I'm not going to get the weapons finished tonight. I think I'll just get this aerial put on and leave it at that, I think.
That can only go well, then, if you're doing that. Yeah. That should then line up with
all of that. It's been a while. It needs a good clean.
Just quickly check.
It's well used back end, so it needs a good scrub.
Perfect. And that'll be perfect. Yeah, happy with that. Cool beans. Did I just say cool beans? I did, didn't I?
You said cool beans, didn't you?
Oh, God, Wilkinson.
I say that sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
God, man.
What's wrong with cool beans?
It's a bit chavvy, isn't it?
No. Chavvies would be like, and you would actually know what word you just said. If you're from Manchester, for example. Cool beans is kind of 1990s innocent goodness. To me, anyway. You're forgiven.
I don't remember an awful lot about the 1990s, but I think I was in full-blown parent mode at the time. So
yeah, well, as somebody who was single and totally carefree in the 1990s, I can tell you exactly what they were like. Bland.
Really?
Bland.
Probably why I don't remember it then.
It's like to me, the 1970s were brilliant because I was a kid. 1980s were depressing because I was a secondary school kid. So everything was depressing and horrible and miserable and gross. The 1990s was just bland, boring. Everybody wore grey, and you know, like Jack Frost in A Touch of Frost.
Oh right, yeah.
That's what everybody looked like. Just that boring coat and the boring hat and the boring, and it's like, oh, everything was so boring in the 1990s. Oh, bland and lifeless.
Paul saying to Edward that we don't want him. We always want Edward. Like I say,
we always want Edward. I mean, got all the cars that were still remotely interesting in the 1980s. Not many of them.
Oh,
It suddenly became very boring in the 1990s. It's like, boring. Dull.
Yeah, it's not a decade that I really remember, to be honest with you. It's
You're
like,
not missing. There's nothing to remember. There's nothing. You're not missing anything, mate.
yeah,
Trust
the
me.
only thing of relevance I remember is both me boys been born during the 90s. So.
Yeah, that makes the 90s brilliant, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's, The end of the 80s was good because that's when I got married. I thought I'd better say that because, I might get beaten if she watches it back.
Yeah, you're supposed to say those things.
So, yeah.
Preservation is the key if you want to be.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I've glued my aerial and I suddenly realised I've got to ship that somewhere at some point someday, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. That's the thing, innit? You've always got to think about shipping the stuff when you make it, ain't you?
Well, I've kind of pooped on my own doorstep with it now already, haven't I? So
yeah.
It's too late to put magnets in it. Oh well, never mind. It'll fit in a box in some way.
Oh, it'll go in something. Just wrap it up with bubble wrap. I'm sure it'll be fine, dear.
I'll just send it to him broken. I'll be like, it's a build it yourself job.
Battle damage.
Yeah. It's good. It's not a flaw. It's a character trait.
Yeah, you'll be amazed sometimes what can make it through the post.
Oh yeah. No. And the appearance of the prior episode of Mando had me shouting for joy, says Dan Kramer. I've forgotten. I'll remember eventually.
How you been, Dan, anyway? Not seen you about for a little while, mate. I take it everything's okay, fella.
La 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 la. Paul the Tomato says, can he fix it? No, he can't. Dan Kramer says in the 90s, here in the States, it was freaking flannel. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, it's... The 90s, that was the, what's his name, Clinton presidency, wasn't it, during the 90s? Am I right in thinking that?
Bush Senior, Clinton.
Yeah. And then George W., wasn't it, in the early 2000s? Because...
Did Clinton have 2 terms?
Yeah, Clinton had 2 terms.
Yeah, so he was... Bush Jr. started in 2000.
Yeah.
2000.
Blair was Prime Minister towards the end of Clinton's presidency, and then...
That was 97, Blair,
George W. took over, and, we all know what happened.
So I think Bush Senior, and then for 8 years... That was till 92. And then 8 years was Clinton, and then George W. came in.
Yeah.
La, la, la.
That's pretty much all I remember from the 90s. Me boy's been born, and the issues or the publicity surrounding Clinton. So.
Yeah. At the end of the day, once your boys are born, there's no scope for you to remember anything else after that because you had 2 lads.
Oh, yeah.
Edward Lennon says to Dan Kramer, it's still flannel. Look up Dixon Flannel Company. I have about 8 of them. Flannel. Oh, I know what I can do.
Oh, you go careful.
I've got to put my little bits on this gentleman's area.
Oh, dear. It's not as bad as the squig-off's area, though, is it?
No, I mean, this is on the shoulders, dear boy.
Yeah, no, the squig-off has got a very, very particular area.
Has a significant, infinite, or intimate feminine area, as we'd like to possibly call it.
Right, let's just make sure that is looking reasonably like it should be. Yeah, it is.
Good.
Happy days. So that's dry fitted in there at the moment. But it will be glued imminently because now that I know that it fits.
You're imminent.
Probably the best lager in the world.
God, that takes me back. Wait, which lager was it?
Carlsberg.
Carlsberg, that's it.
Probably the best lager in the world.
I remembered it was a lager, but the brand was so... I've obviously failed this many years later.
There you go. Let's turn that off. Stop pressing your keyboard, Colin.
Tell you what I did see the other day
wobbly fingers.
on YouTube.
Yeah, what's that, mate?
The old Soft Mint advert with Mr. Soft.
Oh, really?
Mr. Sound, won't you? That one, he's all squishy, and he's walking along. It's all brilliant. I tried looking up how did they make that advert, but there was nothing.
Yeah. Some of the adverts that were on back then were, slightly mad, weren't they?
Absolutely.
A bit of welly needed on that one.
Yeah, so I put little buckles on this guy's webbing because I've done it on everybody else.
Yeah.
It makes sense for him to have the same little buckles on his webbings.
You're webbing.
Even though he's going to be hidden away in the cock in the pit. Kochen, bitten, gefahrten. Mit sie driving, unser sitting, unser jiggling. Ja, das ist richtig.
Jeff saying to Dan, how's the Proton pack going?
Don't cross the streams. Right, so that's that bit done.
So
that's that bit
going
done.
On there.
Done me bit there.
Did you like that?
Did you? That was that. You actually do quite a good. What's his name?
Fred Dibner.
Fred Dibner. That's it. You actually do quite a good Fred Dibner, I have to say. Your Fred Dibner is quite passable.
Yeah.
Now then, did you like that?
Yeah, you like that. Legend, mate. He was a legend, mate.
Absolutely.
Absolute legend.
Now, the one thing I'll say about this walker compared to the old one is this one is basically, that's your pose. With a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, mate, is there?
And you can do your leg that way or the other way around. The original one, you could actually pose the legs. I had mine squat down really low, like it was being sneaky.
Yeah.
And it was fully posable. This one is like, I mean, you could cut that knob off and have it completely posable.
Yeah, you could trim it down a bit, couldn't you?
Yeah, but...
Does that mean you'd be doing scratch building, dude?
Well, I'm not if I'm taking a little bit off.
Still modifications, mate.
Modify. Tell you what, see what I'm going to do now. Watch this. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, you go, Kurt. Oh, wow.
Oh, now I can have it looking to the side, you see.
I am so impressed now. Would not believe how impressed I am that you've done
some
that.
rivets on the bottom there, but we'll do that next week, I think. What time do you want to go to, Spud?
Go to half past, mate.
Okay, I shall do some plastic card and rivets now then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll come off at half past because,
My old standby, if I can't be bothered filling a gap, plastic card rivets and panelling. There you go, done.
But it's even better now we can make our own, isn't it?
Yes. And I do need to make some rivets for you.
Have you played with yours yet?
I keep meaning to, and I keep totally not doing it.
That sounded wrong, didn't it? But you know what I mean.
Make all the rivets.
Yeah, I was making rivets for the Baneblade, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. I need to make a load of rivets for you so I can send them to you with the sending and the other thing I need to send you.
Yeah, I've got to send you a load of stuff because I've still got to print you out the stuff that Paul sent.
Ooh. I do apologise that I'm not sending you a whole mess of stuff. I've only got like literally the rivets and...
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Might be able to rustle some other things up. I'll see what I can find. You never know.
Don't be daft.
Might have some interesting things.
I've got stuff that I printed ages ago for you, plus other stuff that's going to be done. So, yeah.
I've got an excessive stash. I probably need to do something about it. So, now see what I'm doing here is I'm making little panels, but I'm not just doing little squares. I'm making little sort of cut shapes so they look kind of like they're meant to be there.
Yeah.
So cutting little corners off, it just makes it look a bit more interesting than just a square panel. And I'll put some rivets on it to make it blend. Will it blend? So that way.
So that's a bit of interest, doesn't it?
Well, there you go. See, I cover up a gap and it's not just a boring square. It's got a little bit of shape to it.
Yeah, got a bit of character to it.
Looks like it actually has an purpose.
Yeah, it's got a bit of character to it.
Yeah, you're a bit of character.
Jeff says, speaking of what you can go through the post, if you visit Hawaii, you could buy a coconut still in its husk, put stamps on it and mail it out.
Is it husk with an H?
Husk with H, yeah.
Say husk again, Carl.
Husk.
I like the way you say that.
Yeah.
Still in its husk.
Yeah, send it Ask.
Is that like Ask Aspel?
Yeah, Ask. Yeah.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
You did. I did see what you did there.
You and about 3 other people will have got that reference.
Yeah. But that's all right. It's an Ask. You knew what I meant.
See, what I've done now is I put this. This one is actually just square, but it kind of, I've just managed to somehow make it about the same width as the top of the other piece. So it looks like it's a natural follow-on.
Yeah.
From that. But again, it just covers up that bit of a panel gap where it was glued together. I'm going to put some rivets on it. It will look fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
Fabulousarity.
Fabulousarity. Fabulosity. It's called laziness.
Nothing wrong with that.
I could fill these gaps in, or I could just make some stuff.
Yeah, just cover it. That's what, yeah, that's what normally works.
Cover
Bit of
it like
weathering,
you need it.
few rivets, bit of dust. Done.
Yep. Dust. Like that bit there. I'll put a piece of plastic on there.
Lynn says she'd love to move to Hawaii, but they won't allow Sweetie. She said that's okay.
Yeah, they're like Australia, aren't they? Don't like any alien
Animals,
species.
Wildlife, or yeah.
Yeah, similar to like Australia and New Zealand are very strict.
Yeah, it's not
It makes
native
sense.
wildlife. It's like, yeah.
Yep.
It's just how it is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you've got like a pristine natural biome like that on an island, you really don't want anything coming in and messing it up.
Yeah.
There's too many examples of that, like cane toads.
Well, we have the thing with the grey squirrels killing off all the reds, don't we?
Yep.
Because grey squirrels got allowed in, and yeah.
Yep.
It's a
Well, that's
huge
why-
problem in the UK, isn't it?
That's why the kakapo is going extinct in New Zealand, that big dopey green parrot that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because it has no natural predators until we came along and brought like weasels and stoats and things.
Yeah.
But it's flightless and it walks along the ground and it's just dopey, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's totally peaceful. So, of course, everything just minced it to bits. That's endangered. I think kakapos are great.
That's the trouble, isn't it? Like you say, you know, if it's not native to the country and it's got predatory instincts, yeah.
I was watching Mama Wolf a couple of years ago when she was able to. She was watching one of these like series where they follow the Australian customs and excise people.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's a brilliant
And,
show.
And they were doing this one thing where I forget the specific scenario, but there was basically an armoured car, like a tank, an
Yeah,
armoured personnel carrier. I mean, why would somebody be importing an APC?
yeah,
Like a Russian BMP type thing.
yeah,
Proper military. And it was there, and it was in this yard at the customs, and it was just rusting away. And they said it's been here for like 8 months. It's been here for about 3 years. They said. And the guy was like, well, why has it been here for 3 years? Has somebody forgotten? He said, no. It came in the country, and there was a spider web on it.
yeah,
So we had to isolate it because we didn't know if there was a spider, and it was a native spider. And then every time we've checked it since, because it's this big hollow metal thing in the middle of a field, there's
yeah,
always something living in it, and we never know if it's native or not. So we can't trust that whatever it's got inside it is native or not. So it just sits here, and it will sit here forever, probably.
yeah.
Yeah, we saw a spider web, and we just stopped it coming in the country. Wow.
Oh, yeah. There was one on there where they had a fella, and he had loads of like toilet roll tubes sewn inside a trench coat. And when they opened these tubes, each one had a sedated bird in it, you know, he was trying to smuggle in. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, how the hell do people get away with it, or even think they can attempt to do it? It's like, really?
Because they're often poorly educated and
Yeah, just
they're working for some criminal, so they're not clever enough to realise.
yeah, it's just strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's like the guy that was stopped at it was somewhere in America, and he basically had loads of monkeys down his trousers.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, tortoises, terrapins, all that sort of thing. Another one in Australia is they get a lot of people that are bringing in like dead bats and things like that because of the herbal remedies market.
Yep.
And yeah, it's like, yeah, instant COVID, allegedly.
That's what makes me laugh, all this traditional Chinese medicine. Everybody goes on about traditional Chinese medicine. Oh, it's been around for thousands of years. This is ancient cures, and the ancients knew what they were doing. And it's like, well, there's two counters to that. Firstly, the ancients knew what they were doing, but they lived for about 30 years and then died.
Yeah.
The average mortality rate was like very, very high, so they didn't actually.
Yeah.
And secondly, traditional Chinese medicine is about 100 years old.
Yeah.
It was invented by at the time of the People's Revolution by Mao because their own actual health service was in such poor state that he wanted to give something to distract the poor people.
Yeah.
So they didn't realise that they couldn't actually get decent healthcare.
He's got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
Yeah, they invented this traditional Chinese medicine and made it like a state institution. So the poor people, the proletariat, were too stupid to realise, or too poorly educated, and thought, they didn't question the fact they didn't have a decent healthcare system because they had access to this made-up nonsense.
Sad, isn't it?
And the reason it makes me angry is because of all these animals that are killed for...
Yeah, unnecessarily, yeah.
Yeah. Rhinos killed because it's, an aphrodisiac. No, it's not. All these other things killed because they need this, that, and the other. No, it's all rubbish. It's all nonsense.
Yeah.
Just killing these animals.
It's all make-believe and, yeah.
It's only 100 years old. People going about acupuncture, and it's like, yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
It existed before the People's Revolution, or whatever it was called, but old world acupuncture was like massive spikes stuck in your flesh painfully. It wasn't anything gentle like we get nowadays.
Yeah.
Also, acupuncture doesn't actually work. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I can vouch for that because I was sent for acupuncture before I had my spinal fusion.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
No, I'd rather have actual proper medical treatments from a medical professional, thank you.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Like, which bit of rearranging my imaginary energy called chi is going to help me with my multiple sclerosis?
Yeah.
Chiropractic's the same. That's all made up rubbish.
Yeah, there's a lot of cases, isn't there, where things have gone, how can we say, slightly wrong? Would that be an understatement?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a case in the States where a woman had her neck cracked by a chiropractor and it left her a quadriplegic?
Oh, there's people that have died from chiropractic manipulation.
And it's like, wow.
And there was even a journalist called Simon Singh in this country who has always written about, science-based medicine.
Yeah.
And he wrote a scathing article about the British Chiropractic Society.
Yeah.
And they took him to court.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the two things that happened were, first of all, it ended up with the UK government changing the entire British libel system.
Yeah.
Because the libel system we had was terrible and very unfair and put all the onus on the person defending themselves, not the person accusing them of libel.
Yeah.
But also, they totally failed, and Simon Singh completely won.
Yeah.
Because they basically went to court, and the court, he said, chiropractic is bullshit. They were like, no, it's real.
Yeah.
And the courts were like, okay, can you prove it's real? And they were like,
not really. Yeah.
No. So
computer says no.
They lost big time.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for
computer, stop. Every time.
Where are we? Let's have a look. How's the proton pack modification going down, says Jeff? Dan says, slow. I have most of the parts in now, but the work is going to be detailed, replacing the stock boards with new fully customizable bits. I hope to have it ready by July for an event happening in town.
Oh, nice one.
Edward Leonard says he spent 2.5 months in Hawaii, 2 months on the Big Island, and 30 days on Oahu.
Oh, nice.
Lynn Dipple went to Big Island for a visit. Jeff says he went to visit for a week. Loved it. 2 months would be awesome. Lynn says the Big Island is so laid back and semi-slow. And Edward says, yes, I got lucky. My cousin lived there and needed a babysitter for his son while his wife trained for a job. I got to see lava and Mauna Kea telescopes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'd love to go to the observatories. Right, well, I'm going to stop there now because I've done my little bits of...
yeah, I'm literally coming to the end of where I'm at. So
covered up my little gaps with some plastic card and rivets, the Fox way.
Good man.
It is the lazy git way. The lazy git way. I could actually glue that to
nothing wrong with that. Oh, was that finger bobs you went into then?
Finger bobs, finger. I could actually. I could glue the top to the bottom, but do I want to? That's the question. Do I want to? That is the question. Or would I rather just dance? Let's just glue it on. I'll finish with that.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I am listening. I'm just multitasking and multi-handling at the moment.
That's right. Well, we've got a few minutes, so I'll just glue this bit on.
Yeah.
Glue it, publish and be damned. I'm doing it all off camera, which is a bit of a shame. I always set the camera up for the best place and then end up working nowhere near that.
Yeah, I'm a little off camera at the moment. It's just because I can't see a peg.
You're a peg.
So I thought I need to be able to see that to glue it.
You know what you're made of?
Made of pegs.
You're made of pegs.
I like being a peg. Pegs are fun.
There you go. I've given it a bit of a jaunty angle, so he's got a little bit of a jaunty angle going on.
Yeah.
I tried to do one that was stealthy, one all slinky and low down, and when I did it, I thought this is going to be brilliant. It's like all slinky and low to the ground, and I finished it and was like, looks terrible. It looks stupid. I was like, that was a really bad idea.
No. Oh, nice one. That's come up all right, mate.
I was like, unless you were actually made aware that it was supposed to be all slinky and stealthy, sneaky Khajiit, it just didn't work. You're just like, why is it all kind of low down? And oh, never mind.
That bit. I managed to get me engine and me chassis.
Chassis,
yeah.
Chassis on that.
To really wind Fox up, chassis.
Don't even think about saying chassis, you heathen.
I know. I went there. But yeah, so I've got that already because that'll be painted one colour. This will all be painted a different colour. So yeah, that's a bit feed there because my fat fingers have knocked that over. So let's just put that back into place. Like so.
Turn my camera down so you can see what I've done.
There you go. Oh, you're good, you are.
I don't even know if my focus though.
Let's, whilst you're doing that, do a bit of gluage.
There you go. So he's walking around. And if you want to get really cool, you can just go and put the lid on.
Oh, you're good.
You can take it off, and then the frame comes out. But I'll glue this roll cage in once the pilot's glued in and painted and everything. Because I can't put that on until he's in, and he can't go in until he's painted.
Dan Kramer's put a link in. He says, if anyone can travel to the Sioux Falls SD in July, this is the event. Amazing guest list and all process go to kids cancer research. Nice one, mate.
Ooh.
Panzer Cat says he swears by an ancient Chinese herbal recipe for athlete's foot. Smear the fresh cow dung liberally on the affected area, cures it in no time, and the only known side effect is it kills your social life. I see what you did.
All the parasites you pick up. In the
how many people, Panzer, are going to take that seriously?
Yeah.
He's a legend. But yeah, for those that wonder, that's what I've done.
Let's see yours. Ooh, Lamb, you've done quite a lot there.
So yeah,
that's a nice looking bit of chassis, that and all.
Yeah, it's a nice little sub assembly there, and yeah, it's a lovely kit. It really is, and I'm really looking forward to doing the body shell and the painting and all of that lot. So it's going to be a little procession of stuff getting sprayed up in the next couple of weeks. So yeah.
I love the way with that kind of car, you can make it like a 1950s pace car for NASCAR.
Yes.
Or it could be a modern day car in like Cuba.
Yeah, exactly.
You could get a modern day Cuban.
Well, this is it. You know, you can do all sorts with it. But yeah, I like that. I'm going to literally be doing it pretty much out the box because it's a gift, and I normally like to keep them unmodified because it shows respect, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
it makes me think of Far Cry 6.
Yeah, but I just love the red on that, and it's like, yeah, so yeah, massive thanks to Paul Lyons and Ivy May for sending me this bad boy, and yeah,
good on you both.
So yeah, that's as far as I can go with that. So it's a good time to stop what we're doing and let everyone get on. Lynn says looks good. Thank you, Lynn.
Edward Leonard's got a challenge for you. He says, it looks good, but not as good as my giant squiggled Beepis.
Yeah, I know, Edward. Yeah, the magnifiers are coming out for that bad boy, mate. And it's, oh my God.
How many hours are you going to put into painting just the Beepis?
I know. It's one of them. It's funny. I dug it out the other day because I was trying to remember where I'd got to with me designing for the Elder and stuff like that. And as soon as I took it out of the box and turned it over, it was just so in your face Beepis. It's like, oh, I've got to try and paint that.
Don't even think about using the old Yoo-hoo glue dribbly method. No, that's for the mouth only.
Yeah, we've got to do pin wash and everything. Oh no, it's.
Well, the thing is, it's got the beep, but there's no testiculons. There's no.
Well, might have to make a set with a set of the old green stuff putty. Then have a pair of the old Boston danglers. You know what I mean?
Oh. To get a load of your little beard hairs, cut them off and like stick them in.
Yeah, go for the authentic look.
So testicles, your alarm goes off.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, got to have a pair of the old Boston danglers in there, mate, because you know what I mean. It's so
oysters.
That's where we are, folks. We'll leave it there. Are you streaming later on, gaming wise, dude?
Hang on, yawning. Sorry. We are not going to. We were going to maybe start Warhammer Sunday tomorrow on a Saturday, but we're going to start it next week now. Maybe.
Yeah.
We're going to move Warhammer Sunday to Saturday afternoons for a while, not forever.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week we'll do that. Tomorrow, if I'm around, I might do an afternoon gamey stream, maybe. But if not, I'll be back on Sunday morning, Sunday lunchtime, either 11 or 12 o'clock with some gaming before Colin starts his Sunday stream.
Yeah, because it's gallery and buddy build launch or group build launch this weekend, folks. Yeah. So we'll be doing a bit of that. But yeah, that was my little thing to get you to pimp next week, because we are looking at doing the Warhammer Sunday on a Saturday late afternoon, isn't it? About 4 or 5 p.m.
to reschedule lots of things for lots of different reasons.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to Cole to do Warhammer Sunday and the brunch on a Sunday right at the moment. It's just too much.
Yeah, I can't do the double streaming bit at the moment.
No. Plus, it only give me a couple of hours for Warhammer Sunday anyway. So we'll just be doing Warhammer Sunday on a Saturday now, which means I've got to do a new animation. And
the pain.
I've already thought of a very quick and easy way to do it that requires no effort. So if very lazy. So that will hopefully be going forward on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Maybe before dinner time, and then Sundays will be Colin's brunch. Because you can spend more time because now you're in the afternoon, you can spend more time doing your brunch stream, which is good for you.
Yeah.
You quite like that slot, don't you? That 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it works a real treat, to be honest with you, for me, because if I haven't slept for a few days, I can have a power nap and not have to worry that I'm getting up at sort of 11 o'clock, because normally I stay up from the previous day. And sometimes that means like today, I'd do the Frolic. I'd be up all day Saturday. Wouldn't go to sleep Saturday night because I've got a show early doors Sunday, and then have to do a double show. And it's like 72 hours nearly, isn't it? Time I'm done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, that'll be a huge thing, So,
I mean, at first we thought that we could just use the sort of 11, 12 o'clock slot on the Saturday that I was using for Warhammer Sunday. But after this stream on the Friday night, it's I can do it, but for Colin, it's a bit too much. So
we'll
do like a 4 or 5 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
like that,
so we'll probably do 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's better for me, just in case I can get a power nap in. It works. I'm not like a zombie.
Well, it means Colin gets some time to rest between streams, and I get. For me, it's all about sorting Mama Wolf out. I have to work around Mama Wolf's schedule. Yeah, that's why I can't do my normal slots anymore. So.
Yeah, because a day after a stream, especially if it's been a long stream, I'm struggling with mobility, pain, and all of that lot, and just generally cream crackered. So
I struggle, and I'm all right. So you must be. I can't imagine what you're like.
Yeah,
so.
It can be a bit. It's challenging at the moment, like today I do this stream and then that's it. I've got to pack up for the day now because I've done my quota, so to speak. So, but it'll hopefully pan out and start settling down at some point. But,
Well, then, it means we get some good streams over the weekend. It's spread out for you, and that's the way it works.
Well, that's it, and dare I say it, doing the Warhammer on a late Saturday afternoon gives the American audience time to come in. This is why that Sunday slot works, because I can do my show relaxed, but also you're going out at a time that is convenient for people the other side of the pond, and I think this will work well for you doing it on your Warhammer Saturday, mate. So
yes. Edward says, do Wolfenstein. It's too early for me, but enjoy it later. I might do Wolfenstein on Sunday. I might, because I was enjoying playing that. So.
Yeah, and of course, of course, I will be doing gaming streams at some point. We're looking at something collab as well, wouldn't we, or whatever at some point, because I've got Claptrap just on me left, so yeah.
We'll go on, give the people a look at you. Can you show them?
Yeah, I'll just move me gimbal and give them a showykins. There you go. Look.
Whoa.
Get in. Look at that.
And look at that hint of elite controller you just moved off the top there.
So yeah, we got Claptrap. That's my let it breathe thing.
Mm-hmm. Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
So,
once he's got his sea legs and he's used to playing with the controller and stuff and got this whole video games thing down, we'll maybe pick out a good co-op game for us both to play.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there you go, mate. Edward says, understand, Fox, your streams are too early for me lately, but I can watch them later. This is the thing, Edward. You know, we've had quite a lot of conversations recently, Fox, haven't we, about streaming times and things, and I'm always conscious. This is why I like doing the late Friday show, because it gives you guys in America and other countries time to watch us at a time that isn't, you know, like 4 or 5 a.m. for you guys. So it's... You know, it's ideal for you to watch something when you're at your bench, you know, as background. So we're trying to keep the weekend streams where we can help you feel more involved without it being like 4 a.m. in the morning for you. So,
yeah. I mean, my only limitation at the minute, like I say, is Mum Wolf.
Yeah.
Before all, you know, the hospital and everything, and she got sick, I could have streamed anytime I wanted because it didn't matter. She could look after herself, but now I can't do that anymore. So I have to work around her, so I am sorely limited on what I can actually do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me at the minute, it's kind of lunchtime, midnight, or maybe late afternoon if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, very limited for me.
Yeah, it catches up with you, doesn't it? You know, but yeah, so hopefully that works.
Yeah.
So I suppose, having said it, we should love and leave you. Anyone that wanted approving for the group have been approved, so that's all done. And we'll see you on the next one, folks. So until then, stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, peeps.
Adios,
Bye.
everyone.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.